and good morning and good morning and good morning. Good morning to you, period. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the collective. Collective, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. If you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button, follow button. It would totally mean the world to me. Alright, so the message that we got is the truth shall set you free. The truth shall set you free comes from John 8 and 32. That's 13. Which is also 4. Alright, take it how it resonates. 13 and 4 may be significant. And you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And its biblical meaning, truth isn't just information, it's revelations. And so if we're in revelation time, revelation days, where things are being exposed, people are being exposed. And all we have to do is use our senses, right? But what's the phrase they say? Common sense ain't so common. You can listen to a person have a conversation, and if you're listening well and properly, you can determine everything you need to know about that person or them people, right? So, and its biblical meaning, truth isn't just information, it's revelation. Jesus is saying that freedom comes when what is real replaces what is false in your life. And recently we just came from a push, right? Or we're in the middle of a push of AI and that nature. And so for me, because I like AI, for that it is, it's also not, and everything can exist in, all forms at the same damn time, because this is where we are in the world. So even when something is bad, it actually can turn into something good. It's like when we talked about yesterday, and the pastor or the person that's giving the sermon is doing worldly things instead of, what the good books say, or taking from people. In the midst of that, one single person can turn hundreds of people towards God for themselves, to seek something for themselves, right? So, not that they did the wrong, because, they was doing the wrong damn thing, but the judge, that lesson is, that journey is for them, God, right? And so, truth exposes lies you've been living under about yourself, others, fear, guilt, or control, right? Good morning, Kevin. I love you. Thank you for being here. Um, Truth removes bondage, because lies are what keep people, right? And so, truth requires honesty, not comfort. It often hurts first, then it heals. Matter of fact, Kevin, I'm glad you was here first, because you just reminded me of something. I'm gonna keep going, but there's something about Kevin, not this Kevin. Well, could be that Kevin. I don't know. But I watched some streaming yesterday. Y'all know what? I want to be a streamer even more after his interview. Like, I know I'm streaming right now, but I mean like, life, right? You want to know why I want to be a streamer even more? Hey, February. I want to be a streamer even more because I realize in order to be a streamer, you got to be able to tell the truth, or you got to not give a damn about what's being shown in life. So, not for nothing, right? I told you I got a serious love-hate relationship with Kevin Gates, right? And for everything that he is so amazing, he also need to get his ass beat, right? And I ain't threatening nobody, but somebody need to slap him. Matter of fact, I gotta watch what I say. You know why? Because if I call my son right now and tell y'all what I said yesterday, I told my son, I said, this, and I wasn't talking about him, I was talking about somebody else. This man that I keep seeing coming online and he just be yelling at people, right? Mind you, he's a real strange dude. And even the reason why I even became aware of this nigga is because of what this dude said. You sent me a text? Okay, I'll make sure I look at it. And so yesterday I said to my son, I said, because if it was streaming, I would have to own up to this, right? So I'm going to tell y'all what I said. In real life, I said, this nigga need to be taken off the internet. He need to get locked up. That's what I said. Because his girlfriend got locked up. And then it created a havoc between some people. Y'all, I don't even know where these people came from. But now it's making me laugh because some man named Woody, apparently YSL something or another, right? Again, don't know nothing about these people. They just starting to pop up randomly now. Anyway, he did a little skit looking like this dude. And he said, ain't no way I'm going to be arguing with no nigga built like this. Y'all, I was crying. All right, anyway, long story short, that nigga that he was talking about, I don't like him. And in real life, I don't know him, but my spirit says this nigga ain't right. And anytime you get online talking about somebody took a charge for you talking about something, instantly I said, because, you know, that was when my brain popped up, this nigga need to go to jail. And then, lo and behold, last night, I'm looking at a video where it looked like, apparently, the police surrounding this nigga house and shit, right? But mind y'all, just so y'all know and y'all are aware, I already told y'all 1 year, in 2021, when I saw them 4 falling stars, I saw them falling stars back to back to back to back to back. I got a message. It was coming down. Step by step and heart to heart, we all fall down like toy soldiers. Cause these niggas be real gangster and hard, but mind you, they be beating on women. And, you know, I ain't do it, so don't nobody, y'all, alarm spidey senses, y'all, platforms. It wasn't me. This is just live reporting, okay? Anyway, his girl ended up, you know, looked like she had been in a tussle. Because in real life, you know, dumb types, I be trying to tell people real early, and I done been saying it since I was young. I'm the type that'll stop one of them from doing some shit like that. Why? Because you think you a real ill-ass individual. Let me tell you how God made me. Mind you, I'm the sweetest person you'll ever meet in life, right? So last night I'm listening to the stream because, you know, the truth shall set us free. So here we are, you know, talking, telling the truth, right? So truth leads to responsibility. Once you see clearly, you can't pretend you don't know, right? And so everybody sees how these niggas be real quick, right? And not for nothing, they're predatory. And I love, you know, Kevin Gates, but Kevin Gates, if you're listening, you're a predator. And this ain't the first time you heard me tell you that, okay? I love you, but nigga. So I'm listening to the stream, right? And they said the boy talking, and he said he is the king of leaving, right? Good. But let me tell you about your leaving. We glad that you're leaving, but this man said, and everybody can do what they want. This man said his woman can't have male friends, right? Mind you, the woman shouldn't want to have male friends. It should be up to her. But just the fact that I was listening triggered me back to something else. So used to be favorite nigga, used to be outside, right? Outside. And so we wasn't together in marriage and bondage, right? Because bondage is a thing, all right? So anyway, this gonna be a good story. Or a good lesson. Anyway, I can remember the other day I told y'all I logged into my Spotify and it was a thing called Love Spell. Y'all get y'all daughters and stuff away from niggas like him, because let me tell you how this is gonna play out. Mind you, I'm half 100, so you know he'll get online, he'll be like, it's old bitches. old bitch here and proud, because hopefully y'all make it to this age, right? Because this is why when people get a certain age, they don't start not giving a damn about what they say, all right? Because we done already seen it. I done already been you. I done already heard this shit before, right? So anyway, he said to the boy, because the girl's sitting right here, so he putting it in her brain. If you got male friends, then he said if the man, somebody walks up to somebody and y'all saying hi to somebody, this, then, the third, first of all, a woman should respect herself enough to introduce, this is the person, da 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 da. And again, he can do what he wants, so I ain't even judging. But if you're insecure, say you're insecure, okay? Because that's all I heard was insecurities all over this mother sucker, right? Because if a person knows to respect themselves, why you gotta put it out there that a person can't intermingle? So then this young girl is sitting here, and mind you, all of them kids to me. He a kid and she even more of a kid because my kids are older than her, right? I got two kids that are probably older than her. So, in real life. So, not for nothing, and he at 10 could have had her. So, either way, she's listening to what he is saying, and now she's developing whatever it is in her, and you could tell, like, some of her body language and her movements, she don't like it. But she gonna listen because this old ass grown ass man is over here saying what they saying, right? But either way, the behaviors that is being put out, what I don't understand, when a woman meets a man, at the end of the day, that woman knew men prior to meeting that man. Why should she have to change her life for him, especially? She can't speak to nobody. Well, this is the thing, and this is what I love about life. As you get older, and maybe nobody has told her this yet, first of all, again, I love, I got a serious love-hate relationship with this person, because when I see the shit they be doing, it make me want to, say, listen, little boy, somebody need to shake you because you weird for that, right? And you can be what you want to be, but you're also supposed to be a role model, right? This person is putting their stuff out there to be, the spiritual guru, or lack thereof, okay? So, as we all grow, we learn to be different. We, things that we used to deal with, we didn't, or we don't. And maybe we learn more and more. So now the truth shall set us free, right? Because we're all being shown and all being told the truth. So, what he said was, and I'm only using this conversation because it was a good one. I was watching it, and I was like, yeah, I love the fact that he always be telling on himself by telling on himself, because even when you sound smart, or even when you're smart, it shows how much of a manipulator you are, right? Because again, this is why you went to the little pond, the little side of the pool, because you can easily master manipulate over there, right? This is why when he got online, he said what he said about old bitches and this, that, and third, because it was to make her feel good while he was manipulating. And so she will later on look back, mind you, I can talk about it because it was me. As I'm watching her, I remember how my favorite liar manipulated. And it was training, it was grooming. And whether or not he wants to admit it or anybody else does, that's what it was. And I just happen to be a little bit smarter because of the fact that, or maybe I just had to be, I was a lot safer. Why? Because this nigga went to jail. And this is where I keep saying, some people, and I wouldn't wish jail on nobody. You want to know why? Because I used to be a correctional officer there, right? And a lot of men that are in jail, some of them don't belong there. They belong, in like reconstruction or deconstruction or whatever that is, that would be rehabilitation, okay? Because it is dissecting the brain and kind of getting you away from some of the conditioning. But mind you, the reason why I love this man, like I got a love-hate relationship with him, is because he be telling the truth even in the process. Because he already told y'all he this, like the R word, he told y'all he was, slow. But he also told you he's more than amazing. So it's the thing where it is, when you can get online and you can call somebody out. So guess what? Takes one to know one. So when somebody said a person is the goddess of manipulation and darkness, that shit is funny. But meanwhile, it takes one to know one, right? So, in order to be anything, you should be everything. And this is where we all have to start learning our own truths. Because again, remember I said we all have to control our demons, whether or not we realize we have them or not, right? Or the things that make us tick so we can grow past that. So everybody can grow past that. But the damage that could be being done right now could be to the young brain. Because this is what he did. Or what he said. Oh, we argue sometimes, and when I get in my way, then she comes and she says, you're doing that thing where you're breaking, you're shutting her out. It's a tactic. It's a tactic, ladies and gentlemen. All manipulators know it. Mind you, because do y'all know that if y'all go look this up, the silent treatment is manipulation. This is a maybe year that's master manipulating, and then go and buy you something bigger. It's like if I go fuck, I buy a purse, and you know we can all accept that because a bitch like a good shopping spree, but it's manipulation. It's pimp move. I'ma beat your ass, and then I'ma baby you. I'ma love on you. So again, he's doing something to her young brain, and she's saying, give me more, daddy, because, you know, I love calling you daddy. But mind you, this nigga said, when she do something good, I say, good girl. She should start saying to him, good boy. Because like a dog, it's like you're training them. Mind you, ain't nothing wrong with it. So on the process, like I said, one side is manipulation. It is all on whether or not we are aware and we can see it. Because they tell you, if you ever looked up, you know, certain things, like when you tell them good boy, it registers. So girl, if you see any of this, start saying good boy to him when he do right, when he stop sliding in bitches DMs, or when he stop treating you like you're a puppy. He's training you like a dog. Mind you, kudos to him. Because, I mean, if you can get you a good, you know, trainee, why would you not? But let's not be, you know, confused that this is what it is. Because this is what it is. So I love that for her and I love that for him. But in real life, this is where your level of toxicity is either, you know, good and playful, or it's good and toxic. Because it's like when I see everybody, young boy, I love young boy, right? And young boy just said, this is me. Like, you know, he just exposed his own self. So, you know, forget it, right? And it's still women lining up on a daily basis to bend that ass and bust it wide open for this dude and to bear his baby real life. Mind you, like I said, I love talk, how he walk, like they all kids to me though. But it's amazing how everybody hears, but either they care or they don't care. So it could be either going over top of their head or they could be absorbing it to the tune of, I'm just all in, right? For them, even if it's the case. But this is the thing. So the truth shall set us free, right? So yes, the truth sets you free, but only the truth you accept and live by. So is it okay to be a manipulator? Yes. This is how manifestations get done. This is how, but it's all on morals, values, boundaries, and things of that nature. So everything exists all at the same time. So I ain't judging nobody for nothing. I'm just pointing it out because I love it here. I love the fact that I get to wake up on a daily basis and ain't nobody raggedy ass son or daughter playing in my face because, you know, people like to lie, right? Either way, I like the truth, and I like when people say it straight up. So I like when I be, seeing stuff, which is also the reason why he said he would never want to be a streamer, because he likes to get up and do whatever he want to do. I see all these streamers get up doing whatever they want to do, but sometimes when I don't want to be a streamer, it's when if I gotta go and clean up something extra, because right now, like most of the time, if I could just move y'all from place to place and it be okay, um, sometimes I might not want you to know that, my kitchen dirty. Sometimes I might not want you to know that, this is happening. But I want to be a streamer even more now, right? Because literally, I could give a damn. And it just made me realize that at some point in time, everybody has to understand the world is real, even in the midst of it being fake. Like, I can get on live and I can just show y'all all the beautiful things about my life. Like, everything is great. But also everything ain't great, because behind the scenes, if a phone calls start coming through and all these things are happening and it's chaotic, they might not want you to know that. Either way, I want to be a streamer even more now. Okay, so I can't wait till the day when I get all the equipment that I need to be able to do everything, because that's going to be the true test of whether or not I am really actually a good person before or after. Because let me tell you, one day, right, the cameras will set up and I just happened to be talking to somebody, right? Mind you, I realized that we had Twitch running, because sometimes I just set Twitch up and Twitch be running in my house, right? And the person that I was talking to was a very intimate person. Like, I'm saying? Not intimate, like it's a person that knows me, right? My brother, right? So, that's awful when a man tried to change things in your life, but he's not trying to change things in his. Yes, because Kevin Gates is a real fuck nigga, if anybody knows it. But mind you, I love Kevin Gates. So even though, sometimes we can be whatever we are, and I ain't saying in a bad way, Kevin Gates, so don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't pull your pants up no higher. I appreciate the girl for changing the dress code. She did her thing on that, okay? So she should be the stylist. But when she probably done with you, she's probably gonna be sick of you. But also on the flip side of that, you know what I love? I love the fact that I swear I think that by the time she done, because when that whole conversation happened and she came in and she's testing to see if you're okay, oh, I saw something else. So in the process of that, because we be knowing what we be doing too, just so you know. So like I said, I can see that, because I had a daddy once upon a time too, right? And I like when they be being daddy roles and I can get whatever I can get from them. So I like that. But meanwhile, back at band camp, daddy better know that when I was really done with his ass, nigga, get somebody else to do. And not for nothing, he was definitely my favorite nigga, and I can almost guarantee you that same. Either way, when a woman fed up, it ain't nothing you could do about it. But when God's sending somebody to fix your ass and do something, you know what I'm saying? So I think that it's a little bit further than what he even bargained for. And I love that for him, because I like when, everybody starts manipulating. I like that. But on the other note, and what triggered alarms to me is, and I, haven't seen too many videos, but I've seen enough videos to know that there's never been a woman around him with a red cup, which also says to me that either he must have fallen back into old ways, because he will get online and say he's not drinking this, that, and the third. And, again, not judging, so I don't know what a person doing and how they doing it, but that red cup signified to me that it wasn't juice in it. Mind you, I seen her online and she was definitely not sober. So, and that was on, something, because apparently I could say as many times, because when he got on my nerves, I'm not interested, don't care, don't give a damn. But for some reason, my timeline will keep popping this nigga up, right? And I can click on everybody's thing, not interested, because I don't be interested. But, sometimes they be like, watch this shit. And so, yeah, I done seen a couple videos that look like, and mind you, she was military. And if anybody knows anything about military people, they be drinking. So, mind you, I got a whole family full of military. So, talk to God about it, because literally they can't do the other thing because they get piss tests on a regular, so they become very much drinking like a mother sucker. Okay, let's see. You good to me? I love you. Damn, he said, "Damn, you fine." Period. Thank you. You looking to adopt? What? No, I don't want no puppies at all, period. Like, I got one in here right now, and apparently, she's not mine, but apparently she's mine. So, no, thank you. Um, anyway, they be drinking. And so, like I said, I seen the video, and it looked like drinking to me, because that damn sure wasn't sober dancing, and I don't care what nobody say. Anyway, long story short, we ain't even talking about that. That was just relationship simple shit, because again, like I said, I want to be a streamer even more thanks to that interview that I've seen. The other thing is this. I said AI. And so the reason why AI got introduced, I'm gathering, is because there's a lot of stuff that is being shown that I need y'all to think that it's fake. And so a good rule of thumb for me right now is fuck it, believe it all. That way it's not like I'm being, shocked or put into anything, right? So take it with a grain of salt. Even in a lie, there's a truth. There's a little bit of truth in a lie, okay? So just so y'all know, so yes, the truth shall set you free, but only the truth you accept and live by. You have eyes, you have ears, you have a sense of smell, you have a sense of touch, right? Feeling, right? You have a feeling, which will also be like your intuition, right? Your gut feeling. I always feel like somebody's watching me. No privacy. That's what streaming is, right? What they say. This message is hell for review. I don't know what they said. You look beautiful without makeup also. Thank you. I don't be wearing no makeup. One day I'm gonna learn, and I'm gonna be coming up here with beat face and everything. So, mind you, I done went to school for everything. Still don't know the ins and outs of it. It's a lot when it comes to makeup, like blending and colors and hues and everything. And you gotta know undertones and everything else. Like I got a golden hue, but a undertone of red. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's a thing. I would prefer to work on my regular actual skin. And mind you, I got freckles. So I got freckles. My mom has freckles. My daughter has freckles. The granddaughters has freckles. So that's one of the things, like, I kind of want to work on the skin, because I want y'all to be able to see my beautiful freckles in life. And I also have, like, beauty marks and things of that nature that God strategically placed on my face to let everybody know that, da 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 da. So anyway, the truth shall set us free. And I started off with it being light and funny from the beginning. So, because now I'm about to drag everybody to hell, all right? So, walk with me now. So traditionally humans are taught to have five senses. But when people speak of, well, five senses, traditionally humans are taught to have five, but when people speak of about four senses, it's usually referring to one of these frameworks. Here are the most meanings clearly painted, right? So now, classical sense, sometimes taught as four, all right? So sight, hearing, touch, smell, but you're supposed to have five. But anyway, you heard what I did there. And this is the way history is going. This is the way school is being taught. Because one minute it was in the system, and the next minute it wasn't. One minute you was being taught this, and then the next minute it was up and gone, right? Okay. So, language is one of them. So once upon a time, we used to be able to read those, what they call hieroglyphs and pictures and things of that nature. Now it's a select few, right? We used to be able to, well, y'all kids probably, we used to be able to write in cursive. I can still write in cursive, but your children probably can't. So as things are going on in the system, certain things are being taken away, because I said what I said, right? I said there was four. Meanwhile, what are the five? All right, so we got classical, like I said, sometimes taught as four. In some ancient systems, taste and smell were grouped together, leaving 4. So you got sight, vision, light perception. You got hearing, sound and vibration. You have touch, pressure, temperature, and pain. We have taste and smell, chemical perception, often combined, right? So listen to this and hear me out, because, it might go a little bit far and y'all might be like, but hopefully you be thinking is the issue, because please think. Now, a long, long time ago, it was written that people used to be able to live 900, 800, 600, 500, 300, 200 years, right? Now, if you ask anybody about that, like why was somebody allowed to live 900 years? Well, because it probably wasn't as much pollution on the earth as it is now. You know what I'm saying? People probably breathed a whole lot better. Let me see. You might not be ready for all that, young man. It's a black hole for those who lose control. What are y'all talking about? What conversation are y'all having? Because let me go ahead and shut y'all up, because whatever y'all talking about don't seem like it make any sense. At least whoever the hell that is. Because what are you talking about, weirdo? This is where you gonna make me tell you something, because we have a conversation. I keep trying to tell y'all, when kids come into the class, I put your ass on mute, because I don't gotta listen to what you talking about, and I don't gotta see your shit popping up over and over again. Unlike you, I know how to get you gone. Mind you, I'm gonna let you stay because I'm gonna mute you so you can shut the hell up. But you gonna watch from outside of the classroom, because literally, what the hell are you saying? Sounds weird. What this nigga say? Because I got time today. I'm in a real good mood. And when they troll, I like to troll the fuck back. So, yeah, don't come over here trolling, because I'll cuss your ass out. You and your mama. Because I be thinking it's her fault because you wasn't raised right. So don't come over here with that, because I ain't that type of spiritualist. I'll give you the right and, read you your rights, bitch. What this mother sucker say? Show what he said. I'm trying to get all up on your nerves, baby. Okay, you can get on my nerves. I ain't talking about you. Now let's see what this other conversation was. David said you look beautiful. Cisco, I love your name. I'm 32, and it'll be a blessing if we can meet. You're too young for me, baby. My son is your age. Matter of fact, my son is older than you. I don't play around with people's kids. So I'm glad that you find me attractive, and I ain't saying nothing, but yeah, you too young for me. I'm half of 100, okay? And mind you, looking to be 100 and more. So that's why I'm about to have this conversation with y'all. Let's see. Red Movado. Oh, y'all, listen. I'm gonna leave y'all alone, but don't be having them conversations, because I don't think you was meaning nothing by it. So we just gonna let you do what you need to do, but shut your ass up, please and thank you, because we gonna let you stay for a minute. But let's be mindful that she got time today, because I ain't busy. And at least I had a good day yesterday. I'm having a good morning and everything else. And mind you, like I said, I'm ready to troll too. When I started this conversation, I was already trolling. Okay, so just know that. I got a 5-year-old, and I'm gonna make sure of that. I carry the seed. Well, I'm glad that you got a 5-year-old. I hope and pray that you take care of her, because dads are young ladies' first love, and please don't let no nigga like these niggas talking about get a hold of her, because otherwise, you gotta remember, she's a young person right now. She's gonna turn into a grown person, and she's gonna start fooling with these niggas that I'm talking about. So just be mindful that whatever you have done in life, karma does play a role. All right. Oh, little boy. All right. Well, raise him better than not to be whatever these niggas are still. Okay. Because there's that. But anybody that's not being mindful, because I already said she's changing again, and when she do, be mindful of how you come over here, because guess what? I just said I got time, and I don't mind trolling your ass back, and I ain't one that's gonna run lightly, because Mary ain't raised nary bitch in life. Okay. And if you don't know who Mary is, it's my mom, not the other Mary. But Mary ain't raised no softies, because at the end of the day, A troll ain't nothing but somebody that got words and I can use mine too. And by the time I be done, I'll be having you calling your mama and your daddy, asking them why they didn't raise your ass better, cause this ain't that. All right. So let's all be mindful that she ain't that. All right. So take the lesson or not and get your ass out of my chat, because today is not going to be your day. Call your mama. Call your mama and tell her that you love her. And like I said, I don't play with little people, with other people's children. And anybody that's younger than 40 is somebody else's child. Because at 10, I could have had you. I started having kids early, so my youngest was 15. But I was pregnant once upon a time at 13. So if in fact I could have pushed you out this cat, then please don't come over here talking, because I'm going to cuss you out and then you're going to be calling your mom, because I ain't that, all right? And today is Tuesday. We are many days away from Friday. And Friday, time Friday come Friday, my favorite day of the week. By the time Friday get here, I'm gonna be even in a better mood. So this is already letting y'all know how it's already happening. The girl is in good form today and moving forward. So please don't be over here playing around. But try it if you like. All right, let me get good and comfortable. All right. So anyway, oh shit. Oh, this might be the other reason why. Y'all, it's hot water, right? Mind you, I was up at y'all, we gonna get back to the conversation, I promise you, because this the truth though. And this the truth. At I woke up at one something. This ain't nothing but hot water and lemon, right? Same cup I had in the middle of the night. I ended up that when I ran to go get the tissue, that's what I was also getting. I drank a whole cup of this in the middle of the night, and let me tell you how laxative is not even the word. Fasting and prayer is a thing, but yesterday I was on assignment, and so I had already committed to something, right? Being a chaperone of some sorts, and I loved it. I had a good day. We went to Top Golf, and everything was fun. Um, Mind you, this is where the manipulation comes in at, because I'm gonna be honest. I be trying to tell people, like, I take energy, right? And I can absorb, because I'm a Pisces. I'm a cuss baby. My birthday February the 19th. I love the fact that God made me unique and, tapped into the universe and connected and everything else. I love being connected to the universe. So yesterday, I received some good energy. Although I was giving good energy, because I'm going to give anyway, but I received some different energy. And at first I was questioning, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I be a little bit standoffish, especially when it comes to people. I put up my wall, like, or I close the screen on your motherfucking ass until I figure out, whether or not it's an energy that I want to absorb it or not. But anyway, yeah. And then I always love how it's the thing. My baby daddies used to do this all the time too, right? And it's a weird thing. So they would try to introduce me to females and this, that, and the third, right? And but I think they was trying to do it in a malicious way, like, you know what I'm saying? But because I'm a person, I like co-parenting and things of that nature. My kids are grown, so I ain't gotta do none of that shit with y'all now. But my kids are grown. So I was a person that would co-parent. So I would have like the boyfriend around with the baby daddies. And, if they got a girl, bring that bitch too. Because literally everybody got to understand the foundation. I don't mean nothing by it. But, again, I'm going to stop cussing. I'm trying to. But for now, I said what I said. Anyway, they would bring these females around, but I think they would be trying to do it like to introduce me to, and mind you, God made me beautiful, so I ain't never had a jealous bone in my body. I grew up with beauty, right? My whole family would be saying it. So, check them and ask them. I got a beautiful family. If you go look at the women in my family, like, we'll take you through there, period, because all these bitches is bad, right? So I grew up in a family of, the genetics is there. So it's not no lack of, and mind you, it's different shades of beauty. It's different. It's just beautiful, right? So, not for nothing, because of that, I'm thankful that God did that. So when they would bring the females around and they would be trying to do it in a way that, oh, my new ain't there them ever, because my energy also, and just period, like I'm unique in me. I'm the only me. And nigga, the reason why you mad is because the only me that, and I might have did some things, whatever, but normally it was after a nigga did something to me. And then this is where I be trying to tell people, like, I could be the sweetest, I could be the most naive, I could be the most, what they call you, lame, weird, whatever it is. But guess what? That's my safety shield. That's the, illusion or lack thereof that God has put on me, because people be looking at me like, oh, little and dumb, right? And then after they start doing all the weird, strange stuff because they trying to take advantage, and then I, reverse engineer that shit on their ass, and then they really out there crying and banging on my mama door with alcohol bottles or this, that, and the third, because now that energy that I gave you, I snatched it back, and now you looking like a damn fool, and now you trying to act like I'm the devil and everything else. Well, when I was being an angel, you didn't like that. But now that the other version has shown up, the one that you provoked, and at that point in time, I was young. So, I'm going to just be truthful. It was a little bit out of, it was in restraint, but by the time I let her go, and that's probably still to this day, by the time I let her go, then everybody that thought that they, was bigger, better, badder than me, realized, like, I shouldn't have played with her at all, period. Because, mind you, she don't even play by the rules. There are none. There are no rules. When you do whatever you do to a person, just know and understand that however I decide to give it to your ass is the rule. Okay? That's it, that's all. It's a thing. When people, you're not bigger than the program, you ain't bigger than my program, the same way you saying I'm not bigger than your program. But little did you know that my program was the only program that mattered. Okay? Point blank, period. Anyway, long story short, so they would be bringing these females around, and then I would be like, telling the females, as long as you treat my children well, we gonna be okay. But if you don't, then whatever you get after that, ma'am or sir, because, you brought the bitch around, so now you're responsible for whatever it was that happened. Long story short, they ain't never played with me, okay? Because everybody knew they would be calling my mom. Like, it's not a nigga that I ain't had yet that has not made a phone call to my mother. Mind you, I be thinking they some snitching ass niggas, because why y'all calling my mom? Do y'all not understand that by the time I became an adult, and I've been an adult for a long time, like, so let's truly understand that calling my mom wasn't going to help. But long story short, these niggas be calling my mom. All right? So I'm going to just leave that there with y'all. All right? Anyway, that's so true. People be thinking that being a good person is weak, but it's our power. Yes. Because I keep trying to tell people, true power is silent. Not that shit that be going out. It's a demonstration. I gotta demonstrate to you that I am the man. That's why I'm rah, rah, rah. Sit your ass down, because I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna run across the wrong one. And y'all ever seen that video where that lady came with that oatmeal? Period. Because y'all be putting y'all hands on people that y'all know good and damn well. Mind you, just so y'all know, I done had a nigga bang my head, on a thing. And I done had a couple of abusive situations happen. But by the time it was all said and done, look at them now. Hey, look at them now. Hey, they still using my name. And mind you, I ain't been with none of these niggas in forever and a day. But guess who the thorn in their ass is? And I don't say that, in a, like I should be proud of it. I say it in a way that if you ask them what they did to me first, don't nobody got no answers. But every single one of them love me but hate me. Good. And mind you, guess what? Everybody on block mode. Not really on block mode, but bitch, fuck y'all. And that's point blank, period. So the truth shall set everybody free. All right? So let's discuss. Because, again, I said we was getting ready to drag it down to somewhere else. So sight, hearing, touch, taste, smell. Taste and smell, for some reason, got put together, but light, vision, everything else. So can you believe what you see? I was listening to this other lady that's online, and I love her. She's one that basically will take your ass to court, right? And so I was listening to her, and she said that she was complaining to a man, and she told the man that you never doing this, and this, right? And she said that before long, she dealt with him for a whole year, right? And she said, she's the final moment. She said, "You don't do this. You don't spend no time. You don't do this. Da 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 da." She said the man asked her, "If I don't do all these things that you saying, why you still deal with me?" Now, how many of y'all have been asked that? Because guess what? I know plenty of y'all done been asked that very same question, because y'all can know, y'all can point out when a person is not doing something for you. You don't take care of me, you don't love on me, you don't buy me things, you don't do this, do that, da 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 da. Why are you still with them? She said it didn't dawn on her until when he said that to her and she spoke it out of her mouth, is when she finally realized she was pressing herself on this particular individual. Y'all, I remember a man told me once upon a time, they said that they wanted to, move out or be a such and such or whatever, right? And you know what I said to this person? Maybe we should wait like 3 to 6 months. Yeah, I said that. You want to know why? Because I love the person so much that I wanted, to be with them, and I figured that maybe something could change. I figured that they was cutting our relationship short without giving it a chance, right? But the thing is this. I had a gut feeling that this person was already doing whatever they was doing. And even though, there was love, and mind y'all know I'm the same person that said, I want a person to go and feel, if I'm not the person for you, I want you to go find that love, because I know that I'm the person that, I know my type of love, right? I done said that. It's on videos years ago, right? So now I'm hearing other niggas say it too. But anyway, everybody can say it, right? But I actually did it. I did it out of pureness of, I want this person to find the love. If I'm not it, nigga, go find you that, right? Because the way I love this nigga, if you can find that, go ahead. But this is the thing. When I said that at the time, I was not privy to conversations. I was not privy to actions. I was not privy to. I was just privy to the fact that this was my best nigga. Like, this is my best nigga. I love him, right? And I wanted to, try to work it out. I wanted to try to do whatever. And I was married. So because I'm married, I didn't want to, shut my marriage down. And this was the third marriage. When on my third marriage, y'all, I said I was going to give y'all... I literally linked up with the wrong mother sucker, because on the third, I said by the third marriage, I'm just going to stick it through. Like, I was willing to give this person my everything. I was all in, right? But just because I was all in didn't mean they had to be all in. They wasn't done, playing games. Mind you, this nigga older than me, right? All right, so on the next go around, same individual, they said what they said when they came out of their face, and they said those final words to me. Everybody that loved me the most is here in this place. It wasn't where I was, right? You know what God triggered in me? Because God had already said, get rid of this mother sucker. So when they said that, I said, great. Let's take you to where everybody that loves you the most is. Because everybody that loves me the most is in Georgia. I'm who love me the most. And if we supposed to be together for, to happiness and for, through goodness and badness and sickness and health and all of these good things. And I'm not the person that loves you the most. Let's get you going then, okay? So let's all be mindful when we listen and when we hearing, when people telling us stuff. Like, you don't love me, this, that, and the third, or you don't treat me a certain type of way. And if that's what you want and that's what I can't give you, let's get you to somebody that can. And there'll be a whole lot of people telling you, you need to stick this through. Why? It's never going to work. They don't want it to work. They've already checked out. Conditioning keeps trying to tell us that in order to be a good woman, you have to put up with everything this stinking foot ass nigga or dirty, nasty, trifling. And like I said, I'm also the person that, as God was working with me, sometimes they say that, but won't fucking... Yes, they don't want to leave. Because they want you, I just said it's manipulation on top of that. So this is why we have to hear. Because we have to know and understand when we're being manipulated by these types of people. Because the same nigga, and let me tell you why, I know. The same nigga, when I said, let's take your ass to where everybody that love you the most is at, you know what that same nigga was crying about? Mind you, this is the thing. All of a sudden, now they got tears. So as we're driving, now this mother sucker's crying. Right? And this ain't no lie. Listen, I'll die right here, right now. That same big grown ass nigga is now crying. On the phone talking to whoever they talking to saying, we're on our way back in now. She's bringing me back. Yes, the fuck I'm taking you back. Let me take you back to where these people that love you the most is at. Right? All right. So as we're going to get there, this person now proceeds to ask me, can they spend a whole night with me? Mind you, we not having, nothing. They needed to stay with me because somebody else that they needed to go stay with wasn't home, right? Is what they said. But let me tell you where the lies unravel, because God is good and God loved me. So God be telling me stuff, right? So in the process of me taking this nigga back to where he was going, he proceeds to say, if you still need help, I'll come and help you. I don't need your help. Once your ass is done, you're done. You want to know why? I had to write it in a book. Like, because as people, we be forgetting. We be forgetting. And then when we see it, because again, the truth shall set us free. And sometimes the only way we actually know it is to write it down. But guess what? If I destroy all your books, because remember what I said, this ain't really a light conversation about relationships and stuff. I really was just using that, but technically it goes a whole lot deeper. Relationships are just easy to explain. The internet will let me say, what I got to say about that. So just remember, the reason why I recovered from whatever that loop of manipulation was from this big grown dumbass nigga was because I wrote it down. I started to notice a cycle, a pattern between me and this person. But do y'all remember what I told y'all? The biggest key to me was that triggered my brain because, again, I'm younger than this person. This person got degrees and things of that nature. So this person thinks that they're really fucking smart. But guess what? So am I. I don't have to have a degree or anything else to realize when a person is trying to fucking manipulate. So the first thing that I realize is when I go to hug a person and they don't hug me back, you'll never get that chance again, ever. And that's to any fucking body. So when I went to go hug the person, they didn't want to hug me back. Like, you, even if I'm mad at you or you're mad at me and you don't show me love and affection, because ain't nothing ever that serious, especially when you're connected to a person. So that showed me that this person is trying to disconnect from me. Well, let me go on and get you gone. Mind you, let me tell you. Long story short, to sum it up, because what I later, because God start revealing shit, right? So as everything is happening, and again, this is why I say I already know the pattern. I already seen it. Like, I'm not talking because I'm just out here blowing smoke up nobody's ass. I'm telling y'all because I lived through it. I made it out of a fucking abusive ass relationship that was trying to be looked upon as love. Looked upon, because remember, there was a love spell. I put myself in it. It's online. The truth is there. You hear me talking. So anyway, long story short, all the people that love this motherfucker the most, right? And excuse my language, but it's necessary. Anyway, so later on, it comes to me as we're going through whatever we're going through, the lady that he went to go live with, because he told me he wasn't going to be with anybody else, this, that, and the third. It was a whole shit show, blowing smoke up my ass because they still wanted me to be in this stupid connection. No, when this is over, when I drop you off, I'm never talking to you ever again. I'm never going to be in your presence again. And if I ever see you, I know I'm in danger. Stranger danger, call the police, because I already know you already tried to hurt me one other time, right? So ain't no qualms about it in my heart. My heart says you can love somebody. Mind you, I didn't admit it to y'all. I love somebody, not in love with a person, but you just don't disconnect that many years from your life. I'm getting ready to be 50. right? Half 100. I met this person at 18, 17, actually 14 is when I actually did a soul tie with this person, because literally I was 14 when I saw this person and I said that person belongs to me because I just knew. So more than I've been alive, I've had a soul tie with a person that at however old I was when I said I'm done with you was when it got disconnected. So more than the time that I've said I recognize you, I see you, and from this lifetime until the next, nigga, we are at fucking war. And the reason why it has to be that is because I gotta imprint my soul enough to never fall for this shit again. Ever. And I don't care in what cycle, what system, what nothing it comes in. Whatever form that is, I don't want it. So anyway, long story short, they was telling me that they could come back and they could help me. Meanwhile, you don't want to be here with your person. You want to be there because of whatever it is. You had something that was held on to you so much that you didn't want to be here. So anyway, long story short, the lady that he went to go live with later on slid in my DMs on Instagram, right? And said, gave me all their court documentation because now her and him is beefing. And he done did da 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 da. The same shit, but some other shit on top of that, right? And so she gives me all his paperwork, everything that he done wrote in his nice ass handwriting, everything that he was saying about me, all of this, like everything. So went back to be at another person's house, and whether or not they had a relationship, because that's what she claimed to me, they wasn't this and the third, it don't matter. It did not matter. You left this house to go be in another house with another female. And so with that being said, like I said, I'm never looking back at nobody. I don't give a fuck if this nigga turned into the president of the United States. I don't care. I'm never looking back. I don't give a damn what they doing, because when God sets you free, run. Run like the wind, ladies. Don't look back, because these niggas be out here talking about, well, you gonna have to watch me build a life. I don't give a fuck what type of life you have. You was dirty then. You're gonna be dirty now. You're gonna be dirty in the future. Because to me, you already imprinted that dirtiness on me. Meanwhile, same scenario, because I already told y'all, this was a message when God was, giving it to me. And God letting me know this person ain't right. Like, ladies, trust your intuition. Because one day when we was, having, and I'm bent over, face down, ass up, you know what God gave me? This nigga gonna give you HI if you keep fooling with this mother sucker. That was it. That's what God gave me in my spirit. Because this nigga dirty. And they out here doing whatever they doing with whoever they doing. And the same way they laying down with you, raw, they doing it with everybody. So I'm giving you the cue to get your ass up out of here real quick before this be your portion. And thank God. Like, thank God. Because I'm over here saying, oh, and I don't know, nothing pertaining to that. Like I said. But I know what type of individual. This the same nigga that would sit on, the phone with me and tell me about him dealing with prostitutes and things of that nature. Because we were friends. Supposedly. But no, I was their friend. They wasn't my friend, because long story short, I had gave them way more information to set my ass up than they had gave me. Because guess what I found out later? That apparently I was a rebound. How do you be married and be a rebound? A lot of y'all are rebounds and married, just so y'all know. So it happened to me. That's why I said the shit was fucking embarrassing. Because lo and behold, I never knew that this person was actually running from a bitch to come and marry me. So I was a rebound. Mind y'all, I literally just sat here and said I was willing and ready to give my all, my whole entire future to this situation. So people be manipulating, especially to get what the fuck they want. And again, you know, I can see things certain times, but when you in it, it's the difference in the mirror and just looking through the glass window. So certain things you can automatically see, because guess what? Not for nothing, it might have been showing me what, well, you need to either learn to manipulate more, or you could be just as big as a manipulator as this mother sucker. Either way, now I'm going to use it for the good, if that's the case. Because I didn't go into it trying to manipulate a person into being, mind you, this was a pact we had made at 20-something. At 20-something, we made a pact that if we were not married to anybody, or we were not da-da-da-da-da, these are the commitments and things that we tie and bind ourselves to at people, with people being young, not knowing, not understanding how detrimental to our actual life this is. So when I'm talking to people, I'm not talking to y'all because, oh, I'm just out here making shit the fuck up. No, I literally lived this. I literally just made it out of this shit. My neighbor down the street was talking about somebody telling her about me doing powder. I've never done that before in my life. But these are the alibis. Mind you, it would have been even bad because guess what? I got 2 cousins that died of an overdose, right? So mind you, it would have just been looked at as another overdose. And mind you, now my family has a history of overdose. Nobody would have questioned it. And so when I'm telling people after the fact, they're saying, oh, yeah, we would have questioned it. No, y'all wouldn't, because this nigga had already had everything, like, you know, the bound, everybody was already snowed. But it was my own fault because I wasn't listening. Like, literally, when the nigga said the first thing, like, let's be done. Like, literally, when I took this son of a sucker to fucking where we came from, and they created arguments with me so that I would leave them there so they can have time enough to do whatever they wanted to do. So again, y'all be mindful of, and I know y'all can't tell young people nothing, and young people, y'all don't listen to nothing, but the signs on your actions speak louder than words. Listen to them. Get away from them. It is overly aggressive things that they be doing to y'all, and then y'all are not realizing, like, it's slowly, you know what that girl said on Nino Brown, rock-a-bye baby, it's slowly rocking you to sleep by a fucking predator, because these niggas is predators, and I don't care what nobody say. And not all of them, but guess what, if we acting like prey because we want to be so naive, because we want to, you know, discount the people that are saying, I already been there. I already did that. I'm older than you. I can tell you that this is how it plays out. If you keep being there, you're going to be another baby mama. Get out while you ain't got no kids by this nigga. But also, even him. You're going to be another baby daddy, or anybody else. You're going to be another baby daddy, and then you're going to be calling her all types of, you know, hoes and this, that, and the third, because once that baby hit, it ain't fun pussy no more. It's, bitch, you nagging. So there's that. It's the same scenario. Like, we can see the cycle, we can see the loop. It's not nothing spectacular. Don't have to be a fortune cookie or anything. This is what happens throughout history. Like, I can see when there's a difference in age difference, or a big gap between women that has children. Like, you did this and now you was getting ready to be free, and then all of a sudden somebody come and lay seed. It's a trap. And we fall for it. Why? Because the only person that's gonna get us to have a baby during that time is somebody that we're in love with. Same loop, same cycle, same shit. Like, it don't take a fortune cookie to tell it. I don't have to do any type of witchcraft, any bibbity bobbity boo. All I have to do is look at the patterns. So now I asked y'all, why is it that nobody lives to be 800 years old, 600 years old, 700 years old? Because the powers that be, who are tricking the system all of a sudden, don't know how they came into power, don't know how they came about. Excuse me, but I can't have your old 800-year-old ass around here. Or maybe they may be the 800 and something year olds. Maybe they may be the 3,000 or something years old. I don't know. But the reason why I have to, you know, cut y'all life cycle a little bit shorter is because I can't have y'all remembering. Mind you, somehow it is generation after generation, and it's remembering. something got put into the system that, guess what? It ain't no going past this date. Which is funny because if you look at the thing, they were talking about, it's called the looking glass or something of that nature, right? And so what it is some type of ancient Egyptian or some type of machine or tool that they ended up taking, and they were able to, you know, kind of look into the past, the future, this and the third. But remember, if we're on recycle, because I done been here before. How do I know I've been here before? I have a name in my body that they gave me when I went on recycle, when I did that big old glitch, when y'all was calling me crazy in 2021, 2022. When that glitch happened to me, mind you, I was wide awake when the glitch happened to me. When my mind did that thing, I was awake, right? And so, but when the downloads started coming and I changed it, everything started coming in quick like this. And it was computer downloads and shit just happening. A name got put into my system. A name that has never been used. I've never seen it nowhere. I go look up the name. The person existed in real life. So now I have a goal that I want to go see where, good morning, son. I want to go see where this particular individual came from, where I came from, or where, you know, this is, right? And so as I am now going through whatever that glitch was, it's now reminding me of why certain things, hey Marcia, hi, love you, thank you for being here. As I'm saying, that's them feeding me soup. Yep, that's exactly what happened to me in my 20s. All right, Mike. Yes, exactly, period. So there's a name that got put into my system. And so once I was given a name, I was able to go look it up. And now that was proof to me that I wasn't tripping. Because how did I get that? It was given, right? All right, so with that being said, be mindful. The truth shall set us free. But it's only the truth that we're able to accept it. Because a lot of our delusion, right, comes from ourselves. We want to create, we don't want to believe. We don't want to believe that this nigga could love somebody else. We don't want to believe that there could be anybody better. We don't believe that, but mind you, that's all subjected to you, because I don't give a damn who they are, how much money they got, this and the third. There ain't nobody better, not than me. And you're never going to convince me of that. So self-esteem goes a long way as well. Why? Because I'm the only me that there is. A lot of people will never be able to do a lot of the things that I'm able to do. I don't care what a person tries to convince me of. Everybody, there's a lot of different looks. There's a lot of different this. There's a lot of different that. It's a lot of different. It's a lot of. But it's only me. I'm unique. I'm special. That's it. That's all. You're never going to convince me of anything else. I don't care how much fatter their ass is. I don't care how much this. Like, this is the thing. And this is so sad, because I meant to tell y'all this yesterday. Because of people's self-esteem being low, right? A lot of people were able to be convinced into going and get BBLs and da-da-da-da-da. So I ran across a doctor yesterday that, you know, he's on his platform and he says he stopped doing BBLs. Why? Because he said that the long-term effects of the BBL is not good. The fat starts doing this, that, and the third, and it just, you know, then they're doing reconstructive surgery. So to me, all I heard was he stopped doing it because he knew his ass was going to get sued later on. So now he's doing the fixing of the shit, right? But have y'all not realized that everything that has been put into the system, everything that goes into the system is a test? And so we're all being tested on something. It's just what we're really willing to be a test dummy for. And if we're willing to be a test dummy for, you know, science, that's one thing. If we're willing to be a test dummy for these men, that's another thing. If we're willing to be a test dummy, all of it is a test. They don't know. These phones were a test. Because I was around the computer, a test. Let me introduce something into the system. We don't know what's going to happen until 15, 20, 30 years down the road. So y'all are all science experiments. Period, point blank. And if you can't wrap your brain around that, then you're already doomed. Because that's the end of the story. So whether or not whatever's being done in the air, this, that, and the third, all tests. So, with that being said, just know and understand that there were repercussions of everything. So I was born during a time where there wasn't no whole bunch of video phones and this, that, and the third. Because remember, we turned into a police state because of the fact that everybody started policing themselves. When you start policing yourself, you was having these cell phones with you everywhere you went. Now everybody's recording this, that, and the third. But long story short, I can also see where certain times where guess what? We feel safe because we have the phones, because I'm notorious. If somebody start coming around this bitch, guess what? I'm pulling out a phone because I need to have that on record because I need to know who the hell that is. But also, I have to be mindful because when one thing exists, so does the other. I should have not had the evidence that your ass was here, so then whatever I did to your ass, it wasn't recorded. So when one thing exists, so does the other. And when one thing is good, it's also bad. Because it's been multiple times that I done seen, people being drugged, this, that, and the third. And I'm saying, why the fuck is y'all pulling out your phones? Ain't nobody got nothing around here. Handle the business. Shut the phones off. Meanwhile, that could be, that other side of me. Because again, when God exists, everything in me exists. Everything in me exists. The good side, the bad side, and whether or not I wish to, proceed left or right is going to be between me and God. And also, it's my soul. So, based off of, whether or not I want to drag you to hell or I want to take the high road, is all on me and my walk and my journey. But what you're not going to do is try to act like your journey is any better than mine or anything else. That's where right now everybody got a problem with me at, because I'm the only program that's important. My brain, my mind, everything that's happening right here, that's it. That's all. So whether or not I become a good person or become a bad person, or whether or not I go to heaven or hell, or whether or not I am the heaven or the hell, nobody can't tell me, oh, you're this, or because that's what people will try to do. They'll try to project their bullshit into your system, and they'll try to say, well, you have to follow this. No, nigga, you gotta follow that. I can do what I want. I have a healthy fear. I have a healthy knowledge. I have a healthy awareness of God. And you over here trying to tell me what I got to do. But meanwhile, ain't you over there doing that little nasty shit? But yet you got time to try to convict me of something and tell me that I got to be this way or I got to be that way. This is my journey. And whether or not you like it or not, that's your problem. You can't tell me if I'm a good person or a bad person because you don't even fucking know me. Just because you saw a glimpse into something that I said, meanwhile, I'm everything. I'm everything. So where some people will have a good message about me, that's great. Some people will have a bad message about me, that's great. Some people will be very neutral and they'll say, she's a very nice person, but if you play with her, that's you're bad. And that's another thing. The people that have a bad expression or a bad example of me, ask them what they did. Because I can almost guarantee you that I've never went into a situation, because again, I was raised properly. So I was raised, you don't start none, won't be none. But, people always starting something, and then, like I said, then they'll try to say, after they started it, oh, well, it has to be this, you have to do it this. No. I'm going to handle it how me and God see fit. And if God let me loose on you, and a lot of times, this is another thing. The fact that I'm older or I've grown is great. Mind you, because now I can sit outside myself and see. So many times I've granted people grace. And when I've granted people grace, because in my mind, I ain't never got to do nothing to you. I don't have to touch you. The fact that you invaded my space, the fact that you didn't apologize or atone for that when I didn't do anything to you, God, get them. Because God knows me. God knows my heart. God knows my mind. God knows, like I told y'all, God just checked me on something my mind thought. Like, I ain't said nothing. The minute I thought it, God started sending signals, because red alert, I see you about to, act up out here. And I don't need you doing that. So let me start talking to you, sending you messages. So it was the first thing, 6:46. At 6:46, pay attention to this. So I need you to come on, wheel it back on in, because I need you to pay attention. Don't get loose on these people. I don't need that. 6:46. Check your own heart, because the minute you thought that, if you do that, you're going to be the same as these people are. It makes you no difference. Their test is their test. They wake up every day being mean and nasty to whomever they can devour. It's not your test. It's their test. I know you see it. I know you are, being directed by it, but also the expansion of my mind, because up until the other day, I wasn't really fully conscious of, like, this person may be a bad person, but look how many people they have awakened in the system. In my mind, I'm just looking at the person posture in a way that they are very, very proud of, that you're, running over people. You're doing all the worst things to people, but look how many people these people are waking up. Because every time they do something, it is a mass collective awakening. So if it took one person doing this, then sometimes it's a thing called collateral damage. I think that's the word. Let's see. Collateral damage means unintended harm or loss that happens as a side effect of an action that was aimed at something else. So, not that the people who are being involved in that, because it's not the same as the other person. Yes, reincarnation. But that's the thing. Now, okay, so what I saw this morning that, might get your panties in a tizzy, but remember I said truth shall set you free. A lot of people don't realize their brain has a mechanism or a system that will protect the human, right? Fight or flight, right? But also it is like things that are triggering to the brain, and I ain't no scientist, so y'all go look this shit up for yourself. I'm gonna explain it the best way I can, and you figure it the hell out, all right? So your brain will protect you from anything that it doesn't feel safe, but also it's like, now that things are being shown to the world, all the world is a stage. So now that a lot of things are being opened, hi Mike, I love you, thank you for being here. Now that a lot of things are being shown, because again, don't believe it, it's AI. But I encourage you to believe every fucking thing you see. That way your brain automatically is ready for whatever they're processing for it to be, right? All right. So the aliens are here. Mind you, they said that, they told you that, but they also told you that people back in the day lied and that the people were crazy. But now, since they saying it, now it's okay. Again, something that I don't like, because when normal, regular, everyday people see stuff, y'all jump on the bandwagon real quick to say these people are crazy. Meanwhile, they're putting documents, behind the scenes, and then they'll release them and say, oh, well, this was actually here in 1932. Well, why y'all locked that nigga up that said that in 1987? Why you try to make him mentally unstable? But meanwhile, now y'all done affected somebody else's whole life, and that man now is, different because the people didn't believe him. Y'all lied. That's not happening now. Now we're in the truth shall set you free. This is Revelations. This is the time that they talked about, that they said, this is going to be happening, this is going to be happening, this is going to be happening. So now Revelations is being revealed. The things are being shown. That's what that means, okay? Meanwhile, it's a lot of people saying, it's not true. This ain't true. Don't believe this. Don't believe that. I believe it's AI. Even if it's AI, guess what? Once it gets put into the system, it exists, right? All right, so just know that a lot of old, ancient, dormant things are being shown. It's not AI. It's real, right? I need you to believe that it's AI, because I need you to stay, stuck. Because this is where God remember I said I want God to kick this place across to the other side, because of the fact that if we got to be subject to whoever these little stupid people are, they don't want to reveal themselves, they don't want to tell the truth, they don't want to, any system that you're under, like literally, all you got to do is ask for volunteers for something. You don't have to affect my life. You don't have to do all the worst shit to everybody under the sun. It's people that will volunteer. Have you ever heard when they be like, vampires exist, or, you know, the magical things that they told us are not true, but meanwhile, it's so many people that would want to be in the vampire system. Like, you don't have to take anybody's free will. You can get volunteers. People will throw their hands up to be food. People will throw their hands up to, you know, get on the front line. You don't have to take anybody's free will for anything. It's a lot of people that don't like it here. They will be willing to check out. But you can't do that without telling them the truth. The truth has to be told. And a lot of people have to understand that there's a lot of things that we are not privy to yet. So you can't make decisions based off of not all the information. Okay? So that's another thing. If there's something that you wish to be told, because I'm anxious to find out, like, let's take this thing to the end. Rule number, what was it, 25 or 27? They said plan all the way to the end, right? Plan all the way to the end. So when they started this bullshit, oh, nope, that ain't it. It's, yeah, 25 or 27, what I say. Nope, that ain't it. But these are all important, I guess. Let's see what's happening. 27, it might be 29. 27 says, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Now, people's need to believe in something, believe in a person, believe in a deity, believe in a thing. Play on people's need to believe, so that way you can bring these people here. So that's in the thing. And nothing is new under the sun. So when things were put there, it was put there for a reason. Recreate yourself. Do not accept the roles that society fits or puts on you, okay? So let's go to 29. They said interaction with boldness is 28. Rule 29. Plan all the way to the end. So whoever started this simulation, this situation, they had a plan all the way to the end, right? Because this ain't new information. This is part of what's been here, right? So plan all the way to the end. So let's see. If all the world is a stage and we have to plan all the way to the end, and when I said about the looking glass, there was a point and period in time where they can't see. They can't see past a certain point, right? And so for all the seers, because I asked y'all a question, thank you, and y'all can go and look this up because all my videos are there, right? I don't know which year it was. It was 22, 23, right? So all these videos will pop up. Ask God for it, and I promise you it'll pop up, right? Go to my channel, ask God for it. And I promise you in the next coming days, that video, whatever one it is, it'll pop up for you. And I tell people this all the time, and then, you know what, they'll send me an email that said, you was not lying. I don't have no reason to lie to you. Ask and you shall receive. All right, period. So I said that when it's planned all the way to the end, and why was it a mass awakening? It was already written. It said during the age of Aquarius, this has already been a thing. They don't want you to believe in, you know, predictions. They want you to believe that everything is witchcraft, because why? But mind you, I didn't say anything about it. This was already here before I came here, right? It was already in the book. There's a lot of books that y'all are not privy to that's sitting in the vault, okay? Mind you, what I say. Anybody that's on my channel knows that I said I want all my stuff back because I'm a scribe. I'm a writer. And even though right now, guess what? They implored me to chill, little Bill. But anyway, there's books sitting there. Why was it already written that there was going to be a great awakening? Because it was already foretold, right? I didn't say it. None of the other people y'all call witches, warlocks, and any of that, we didn't say that. It was already here. So this was already expected. It was already brand new. But the powers that be, the people that want a puppet master, don't want that to happen. So now let me start inserting shit into the system. Because I need y'all to be distracted with this. Because I don't need y'all to hear or listen to whatever the signal or frequency is that's being sent to everybody. If you're a part of this tribe, or a part of this tribe, or a part of this tribe, but the tribes locating their tribes, right? So this is why you see everybody bickering, this religion bickering with this religion, and this person ain't a good person, but da-da-da-da-da. But mind you, who are you to be speaking on anybody? Because everybody has their own journey, and whether or not religions got started by people. Literally, I can start a new religion if I choose to right here today. They said, let me go back to the law. This is in a book y'all can go find. Play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. So all I gotta do is start, saying what I need to say. But mind you, look up a lot of people. A lot of these, celebrity people, they already have like cult-like followers. I didn't do it. All I'm doing is telling you, right? So the Great Awakening is going to happen, and everybody's going to become more spiritual. Mind you, it happened. But the power of life and death is in the tongue. So I could also speak life or death over this, or I can bring things, manipulation, because remember I told you we started this off with something fun, talking about relationships, da-da-da-da-da, but if I'm a person that is magical and I know how to manipulate the energy and everywhere else, because what I was told during this season of my life is I can't manipulate anything for the bad, right? Observe, don't absorb. And anything that you're absorbing, be mindful, take what you need and let go of the rest. Because some things are just being absorbed anyway into the system. I went to the nail shop the other day, right? I got privileged and I got sent to the nail shop. I didn't pay when I went to the nail shop. I got sent to the nail shop, right? And so when I got sent to the nail shop, the people that are doing my feet, I could have got anything that I wanted done because the person said, do whatever you want, right? And I didn't want my nails or anything done because I'm very particular about people touching me and things of that nature, right? But I needed my toes done. I needed my feet done, right? Because, sometimes you need to make sure you got them angles and this and the third. So I went and sat in the seat and I got my toes done. So I paid, well, I didn't pay, they paid, $45 is the one that I chose, right? And they did a whole massage and all this other extra shit. But when it came time to them getting ready to put the nail polish, or they kept asking me about nail polish. I don't want no nail polish. And so the man kept asking me. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll choose this one. But my system said, be mindful of what you said. Because I know why I don't want nail polish. He don't know why I don't want nail polish, right? And not for nothing, I used to love nail polish, this, that, and third. But then I started to realize, and I don't know how long this was already happening. This could have been happening to me for forever, and I never paid attention to it. But, so I got my feet done. They paid the money, but I didn't get any nail polish. So he said, no clear coat, no nothing. Nothing. Wash them, cut them, file them. That's it. I don't get that grater shit put on my feet. None of that. Like, everything has to be all natural, right? And so he's looking at me pretty strange because, like, you're going to pay this money, but you're not getting, the full service. That is the full service for me because that's all I wanted. But long story short, when I was getting my nails done, when I started to pay attention to how my body was absorbing things or how I'm absorbing things, I noticed that when they were painting my nails with the nail polish, it was making my nails cold. And I'm like, that's not normal. Like, my nail beds going into my nails, like it was absorbing into my system. What is in nail polish? What is in the nail polish remover? Mind you, all of these things are going into your body, but now I'm sitting here with detox, foot detox, trying to get all of that shit out of my body, right? Sitting here drinking hot water in the middle of the night on the toilet for fucking an hour and something, getting everything out of my body because this system, the truth shall set you free. 900 years old. It's people 800 and this, that, and the third. But meanwhile, your life expectancy is dwindling. But why? Because I don't need you here to be able to do whatever it is or interfere with whoever is doing whatever it is they're doing, right? I need the people not to remember. Anyway, play on people's need to believe or to create a cult-like following. A lot of the things that people have been taught could be really, really fake. Why? Because if somebody's already out here thinking, and this ain't new, just so y'all know, it keeps being regurgitated into the system. Everything's being regurgitated into the system. But how does it benefit you? It don't. Anyway, playing to the end. So if they're planning to the end, we got now the Great Awakening has happened. We got people who are now passing things around, because when they said that this lady's supposed to be put in position, and a lot of y'all timelines and everything is messed up, and everybody's saying, why does this feel like? But everybody is thinking, but they're not really thinking. And then because it sounds far-fetched. Like, the timelines are messed up, but meanwhile, you got the scientists over here telling y'all that timelines have merged. Past, present, and future. Everything is being created all at the same time. This ain't new either. That's all old things, but now we're thinking about it. So the truth shall set you free. And so most of us think on a surface level, the truth shall set us free. Like, if I tell my man the truth, then he gonna break up with me. That's the case, probably. If I tell my female the truth, she ain't gonna leave me. I'm gonna just go buy her a bigger ring or bag. But meanwhile, it could be that surface level, or it could be like the truth shall set you free. When you finally understand and realize the truth of this simulation or whatever is happening right now, your brain is going to open up and you're going to realize this is what's been holding you hostage. It's bigger than the surface level of a thing. Mind you, it still is the little thing, because that's the people have been holding you hostage. They're not telling you the truth, or you not listening to the truth, because if you listen to the truth, even if they told you the truth, because it don't have nothing to do with them, because like I said, I done listened to this man tell the truth multiple times over many, many different seasons of his lifetime, because this nigga looked different every fucking time. So every time. And then if I try to introduce you to something, like, you know, I'm trying to elevate you, which is another thing, because this nigga don't realize he's about to get his ass in trouble for that shit he did that I watched you do, talking about which lifetime. That bitch don't know nothing about no lifetimes. Nothing. She barely even know how to stand still and shut up. So I know ain't no lifetime in that bitch system. Not one. When you introduce people to stuff and it changes them, because a lot of people, some people won't make it. Some people will get rid of themselves, this, that, and the third, because they don't want to be, it's the truth. They don't want to listen to the truth. So, if you open somebody up to something and they expire, that's on you. Mind you, I already said that 1,006 times too. So that's why, like, you can't just be opening people up to certain things, because if they not ready, then that's on you. That's your charge. And again, I'm not going to be responsible for nobody's nothing. That's why I tell everybody, go look it up. Like, literally, after it gets dropped in your spirit, like, nothing that is being said that I said is new. I'm just pointing it out to you. And if you go look for it, that's on you. That's between you, your spirit, and your people, your team, right? Yeah. But anything past that, Aaron Jones, welcome. Thank you for being here. You're not going to hold me accountable for it. All I'm going to do is show you the direction, and whether or not you want to listen to it or not, you don't have to. But mostly everything that I'm saying is for a reference point for me anyway. So you ain't got to listen to it no way, because I'm talking to me. Because that way when it come back, I'm going to know that this the moment that we in, and thank you, God, for giving me direction, and I'm going to go on and take that information, check it off, and go. I said it. But mind you, I've been saying a lot of the same stuff, and I'm trying to figure out why we on rotation. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to skedaddle, right? So now, when I asked in 2022, like I said, y'all can go look it up. Just ask for the information. Or, yeah, 2022, I said, who would take the risk of waking up this many people at the same time? Because it threw confusion. Instantly, everybody was directed to masculine and feminine, and this is when some of the people, the pastors, was now lighting candles, and like not even in that way, but we talking about sage and and who would take that risk? It kept being a thing. They're running out of time. They running out of time. They running out of time. Why somebody trying to pull on me right now? Like, if you can, just stop, because it's never going to work. Like, I can feel it. Somebody trying to do something. And whatever you're doing, I hope it blow up in your face, because that's weird. Like, stop doing that. Because that's strange. Anyway, why would somebody take that time to do that? Why would somebody try to trigger the system? It was like it was running, like somebody trying to hold back their karma. You know how, like, they talk about the wheel of fortune, and the wheel is turning, and sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's in the middle. This is the reason why it may feel like everything is great here, but then as it turns, it's like, as the world turns, that talk show, that type of thing. And so I'm saying it didn't make sense, because literally the reason why I knew was because I was working. I wasn't over here on the platforms. I was doing what I needed to do because I was trying to take care of something. And so I got directed and pulled to here, and I'm saying, this ain't my shit, because, well, I gotta deal with it. But then that's when the glitch happened and everything else. And then I'm watching people online, and when the glitch first happened, it interferes with whatever it is, your speech, or your because your brain is thinking faster than your mouth is going to be talking. And so I noticed that a lot of spiritualists, a lot of tarot readers, a lot of people they were going faster. Like, they wouldn't, like I just did, they wouldn't finish a complete sentence. They would jump from here to there because their brain is doing whatever it is doing. And it could be autism. All of a sudden, everybody got that. How? Okay? Either way, don't know, don't care. The point of it is for you to look at it. Look at how this happened, this happened, this happened. It don't matter in what sequence. It is getting you to pay attention to the loops, getting you to pay attention to the frequency, getting you to pay attention to everything that's being put into the system, because this is where it's like, wake up. Wake the fuck up, because somebody is trying to trigger the system in order for their benefit. Not for the people's benefit, for their benefit. And so now it's a show, right? Anyway, so what they were saying about this project was they ended up taking these, they first of all created a issue. They went and did this, bullying thing. They went over there, they stole something, and they don't care about kill, steal, destroy. This is the face of it, right? So they went, they stole it. Then they started passing it around to the people. So because it does something different for every person, it will show you up until a certain point in time, right? So to me, it was also trying to figure out who the most powerful was, because they need somebody that can see beyond the time, right? Because it blocks everybody off at this date. The other thing that it does is this: if a person is even good enough, and this was the other thing. So first thing is they keep using their people, mind you. For some reason, I don't know why they don't realize, like, how far removed y'all are, right? So it's like when you have a cousin, first removed, this, that, and the third, da 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 da. The cradle of life. The cradle of life starts in the womb, like, and it is like when a person's trying to figure out if you have an Eve gene or this, that, and the third, or da 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 da. But that, it's weird. Anyway, so long story short, whatever they were trying to tamper with, ever trying to figure out and trying to see, they're still scientists, they're still people. And be mindful that these same scientists couldn't figure out certain things, certain scientific, and it keeps changing, right? Like, scientifically this was said and done, but mind you, they're fucking lazy. That's also a part of the issue. So this is their job, this is their work, but meanwhile statistics and studies show that they only examined 10 men for this scientific experiment. And then now you're finding out that it's not okay for ladies to do the polar bear plunge because it messes with our reproductive systems, da 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 da. It is like also being over here. I said I was up and I drank a cup of hot water in the middle of the night, and literally it started pushing everything out of my system. It is getting you further and further away from God or the system, because again, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following, right? Anyway, long story short, they can only see past a certain point in time. And so then they figured out, or they're saying that once, if a person could even look further, they can see the damage that will be done if they get told what is there. So the people normally end up coming back lying and telling them something different, right? But this is also the thing. When everything exists all at the same time and God is saying that the system is being unraveled, whether it is now, because like I said, I grew up during the time where everybody grandma said, we're in the last days, right? We're in the last days, we're in the last days. And right now it really seemed like we're in the last days, right? But this is another thing. How something gets done. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, and y'all can go look this up. Everything that's happening, even at this point in time, also happened during your favorite whoever's administration, right? Because if you go look it up, it will tell you that, let me just read it for you. We're going to go to Wikipedia. And if it's a lie, this is what the system is telling. So this might be another reason why we have to be very mindful that whoever can adjust this and whoever can, put in real information is also a part of the problem. All right, so oh, that's why I was gonna say it's not Google. Hold on. I don't know why when I ask for Google, it also brings up something else. So, and y'all can Google. I don't know why I still didn't go to Google. I'm gonna just take what it has here, but this is something y'all can go look up for yourself. I asked, did Obama deport people? I love Obama, I love everybody that loves me, right? But mind you, I love the truth. So that's the only reason why we're gonna even do this. Because again, not taking up for nobody, but it's not what you say, but how you say it. It's not what you do, but how you do it. So it says, throughout 8 years in office, the Obama administration logged more than 3.1 million ICE deportations, according to Syracuse's Transactional Records Access Clearinghouse. The peak was the fiscal year of 2012, when more than 407,000 people were removed. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. None of this shit is new. Nothing is new. So it's us pattern recognition, noticing the loop, spiritually understanding where we are in a time. And like I said, I asked for Google, but I don't know why. Let me see if I can get Google, because Google has way more. But even if it's not true, it's right here in the system. And if this is what the system is putting in there, they're putting it there for a reason. Nothing is a coincidence. So the truth shall set us free. This is during the moment, during the time where I keep saying, no matter what is happening, the truth, I'm asking for the truth. You should be asking for the truth. We all should be asking for the truth of a matter in a situation, so that we can clearly make informed decisions as a whole collective and in its entirety. But we have to also be willing to accept the truth, the real truth. So the four senses of scriptural, biblical, spiritual teaching, because I literally just said multiple things to y'all, and a lot of people will say that's not true. That's so far fetched. Even about them going over to places and taking stuff, they keep trying to. But mind you, you as a commoner, as a person, mind you, y'all are the elite. Because if you look up what elite says, y'all are the elite. They're stealing from you. They're stealing languages from us. They're stealing titles from us. They're stealing from us. Because go look up what elite means. I mean, I could do it, but I already did it. And all you got to do is ask for the page. Because like I said, I keep telling y'all stuff over and over and over again. YouTube has logged for me probably, I want to say, more than 3,000 videos from beginning till end during multiple changes. And even during the time I sat in front of y'all and it started off as tarot, and I said to y'all in y'all face, I'm not a tarot reader. I know how to read tarot. I can do a lot of things, and so can you. But we have to want to be conscious and very aware to see it for whatever it is. I stopped my own loops from seeing them. I literally got myself out of a situation by writing down my own behaviors. And so the first truth that we all don't want to see is who we are as a person. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. I'm a very good person, but I could be a bad person if I choose to. I'm accountable for the things that I do. Some things just are not a part of my program. I'm not going to do these things. Like the children thing. That's why I said I don't play with people's kids. Because to me, a predator is a predator. Whether or not it is this age, this age, this age, this age, this age. It's still a predator. And mind you, I have people all the time, the like 20s, 30s, like literally somebody try to get next to me. And I told y'all, even that experience, like even when a person is trying that, and it makes me feel like you are way too young to be, because I don't want to be a predator. It's not in my system. But it keeps being a thing where, like, let's send this and then let's have the little ones trying to do this, then a third. But it's just as grown, but it's not mentally grown. And so I don't want to be a predator. There's a lot of people out here that are predatory, though, because they like being a manipulator. They like, the biggest person they like to manipulate is themselves. I don't like liars. You want to know why? I done told y'all a million times why I don't like liars. My first true love and my first liar was all rolled into one called a dad. And mind you, y'all better not say nothing about him, because guess what? He's still my dad. And my dad is like Superman to me. But when my dad, when I was younger, would tell me that he's coming to pick me up, and he didn't come pick me up because this bitch is sitting here with him, I didn't like that. When my dad told me he was going to do things for me and he didn't because of this bitch, I didn't like that. And so when the bitch came around, like, y'all be thinking that it's the moms and this, that, and the third. The moms be listening to the kids. I was very vocal. Moms don't like seeing kids cry. Dads don't come and pick them up. Like, also yesterday, I got online and I even addressed the women that do shit like that. Because guess what? In my experience, I have two sons that basically, now, hold on, because I can tell you the truth about a whole lot of things. Two sons, we're going to go with them first, that are by the same person, right? And so that person, I moved away from where I was, because I got that notion from God. Your life is going to be better if you move away. That person also got the same message. That person still wanted to deal with people back, where they was. Mind you, because I knew who I was dealing with and what I was dealing with, I did things the right way. Don't you remove your kids from no state that they was born from before you take them to court. They got to go to court, because literally the kids are belonging to the state. So if you take them, remove them from a state, you're kidnapping. All right, so let's be mindful. You think they're your kids, you push them out, they're not. All right, so literally I did that process. But in the process of that, me and their dad, we were married, was arguing and fighting, so I had to do everything. He called Child Protective on me, this, that, and the third, and it was a lot. I already told y'all the story, so y'all can go dig it up. Meanwhile, the other thing is, I gave my kids a way better life than I could have given them where I was from. Like, they That was the thing. But he, for some reason, has this thing even into him right now to this day, because I don't deal with him, but I done heard it multiple times, where he says I took the kids, right? Mind you, even where I live at, this house that I'm sitting in right now, this nigga done been to this house. I told this nigga that anytime he wanted to come see his kids, he could come see the kids. I even made provisions to where, because I had enough money at the time, I would leave my house if you needed me to, in order for you to come and be with the kids. I didn't have to make that decision, because bitch, you can go to the hotel. Matter of fact, the kids could have went back there. You know what he did? A lot of nothing. He'll tell everybody that will listen that I took his kids, but meanwhile, this nigga did not make no provisions. Mind you, the last one, that one looked just like him, never raised by him, acts just like him. He acts like he is either scared of this boy, or he just, this, I don't know what it is, but he ain't never raised that child. So when the women start keeping kids away from dads, I don't like y'all. Because to me, sons need dads and daughters need dads. So I don't like when moms get in their way. And like I said, I'm the parent that, we can all be together in the same damn location. I do not care, because your new bitch don't threaten me in no form or fashion. And neither should, my new nigga or anything else, right? Matter of fact, you should want to know who's around your children, period, point blank. So I have that one aspect, right? But also I can speak on another thing. And I'm going to just say this because, it may be thought of or whatever. One of my other kids, right, that I have, my oldest, I was young when I had him. And so at the time of me conceiving with him, I was with one person, well, transferring to be with another person. But the person that I was with at the time came to my house and did something to me that they should not have done. And so the fact of the matter was that we were breaking up, and that person thought that I was their property, and they did what they did. And so it was a cross in between of me, getting pregnant, right? And I knew that the whole entire time, right? But I didn't want to tell nobody what this person had did. I didn't want to tell my mom. I didn't want to tell the police, right? And I should have, because it probably would have made things a little bit different. So it made me probably look like a lying ass bitch to somebody, but I didn't want to tell nobody that somebody had held me down and did something to me in my laundry room, right? And so, in me protecting my son, that person's mom that did that, they would send their mom and their sister to try to persuade me to get them to be able to, DNA swab my kid, because they was trying to say what he knew what he did, okay? Mind you, I never got a beating before in my life, ever, until I was 13. This person came to pick me up before school, because this person was a little menace to society, and he was young too. So no, excuses. But this person was stealing cars, and their parent didn't care. So this person came to pick me up, me and my friend, took me to their house, and we, did what we did or whatever, but this person wouldn't let me go home, right? So my mom then was looking for me all day long. So I didn't go to school, didn't call, nothing. And again, I should have told. So this is a lot of the things, like, y'all don't realize, like, girls, I don't know why I didn't tell, right? I didn't know why I didn't tell. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I got my ass beat. Like, mind you, I probably wouldn't have got the beating if I just told. But I took the ass whipping. Anyway, long story short, as my son was growing up, and I said, I literally said this person, because I was with this person, right? And there was still whatever chances. But I didn't want this person nowhere near my child. Because during that day when I got my ass beat for this person, that person also threw a light bulb like this past my head, and it burst all over the place. But this person was also threatening me. And it even went even further, because I got in trouble then, I got sent to Philly to live at my dad's house. This person found out that I was in Philly, that I wasn't in Delaware where they wanted me at, and this person told me that if I didn't get my ass back to Delaware as fast as I could, it was going to be also problems. And I don't know why. Again, I could have probably just told my mom and my dad, but I just created havoc at my dad's house and they sent me back to my mom's. And then I ended up dating an older person to get rid of this person because somebody else that would protect me. So mind you, it was like, it was weird because my mom and my dad would have protected me. All I had to do was tell. Anyway, long story short, that happened. And so as my son was growing up, these people was trying to gain access to my child. I was never giving that man access to my child because I already knew that if in fact that he tried it or he even attempted to gain access to my child at that age and he found out there was any connection between me and him, that he would utilize that, he would use that. So thank God there was, I was able to kind of them at bay, right? But this is how predatory this nigga still was. When 2019, I ended up finding out that as long as I've had my Facebook probably is as old as Facebook is, right? So that's how long I've had my Facebook. Come to find out, this person was actually on my Facebook under some type of store they had, so I never knew that it was them. 2019, I ended up getting, married or whatever. This person comes out of the woodwork asking me questions about my granddaughter, right? My son's daughter. So long story short, somehow he gained access to my son, swabbed my son. My son is an adult now, but mind you, my son already knew because I had already told my son, like, parts of some of the things. So he had already knew. He was never in the dark. Mind you, there's another man that claimed my child. So claim my child, my son has had a dad, has had a good life, never needed a dad because there was a dad. Okay, so just so y'all know. But this story is everybody, us that was privy to the story knew the story. So anyway, that's why I'm saying, like, there be some stuff that I be saying, but meanwhile, people don't realize, like, I can speak on it because I lived it. So I done been in situations where niggas have been very predatory, or I didn't say certain things and I was that child or that daughter. Okay. Anyway, somehow he got close to my son, swabbed my son, did some type of DNA test, and like I told my son, I'm never gonna believe it until it go to the courts, because bitch, fuck you. Like, not my son, that nigga, fuck him. Anyway, but I told my son stay away from him because something's wrong with him. Like, this dude is weird, because why are you doing that? And it's years later, like, and mind you, 2019, I'm 40 something, probably, no, however old I am, because I'm 49 now. Get ready to be 50 next month. Anyway, did the DNA test, said the DNA test came back positive. My son's father, anyway, he wanted to now gain access to my granddaughter, and I'm trying to figure out, why the fuck do you want to gain access to my granddaughter? You got to be crazy, because literally, don't do that. Anyway, long story short, the baby mama allowed access. The sister has a weird obsession with my cat, because every nigga that I've ever messed with, somehow she ends up bouncing on the same, whatever. Neither here nor there. All I know is everything that I told them ended up coming back to probably bite everybody in the ass, because then my son ended up having to threaten him, because he went around to the sister, the baby mama, and try to gain access. The sister now got involved. Then all of a sudden, guess what? Now he done burnt up cars, and now she on this, that. Like, it turned into a spiral effect of, see? So if it's a situation like that, I also understand, because I literally had another incident where people in weird obsessive things, right? And once you get away from them, because the way I got away from him, like I said, I ended up, saying something to some people, and they whatever. But I got away from that incident, and then he ended up still being predatory throughout my timeline, which is strange. And even now, something's weird with that. So again, the truth shall set you free. So there were people that were privy to the situation, privy to the conversation and everything else, but maybe I might also be at fault that if I would have told, this nigga might would have been already locked the fuck up and nobody else would have went through whatever it was that they went through. But if that had happened, it would have caused a snowball of a whole nother set of, situations. And maybe my son would have been forced via court to be now a part of that. Mind you, I'm so proud of my son. He's very, like, he made me better. So that's the thing. And even when people say, like, how certain things could be a product of, like, I never looked at my son as a product of something that happened to me. In that way, he came about because I was unchecked, like literally growing up and able to, know things or do things or say stuff, and things happen, and I would have been unchecked. And so he was the thing that checked me. Mind you, he was the thing that I feel like actually saved me in life. Like, because of him, I fought harder to be here in life. So whereas certain things would have taken advantage or maybe not. Okay, so people never know what people go through. People just look at you and they just think that you could be slow, stupid, but meanwhile they don't realize, when I say I came into this realm active, I came into this realm active, already aware, already in the knowing, already going through life things at a young age that I should not have been going through, but still kind of understanding, like, there's choices that I gotta make and people don't understand or know. And people will judge you for certain things, not realizing that it's all a part of a bigger plan. And same scenario, because I ran across another lady yesterday and she said that not for nothing, she had been with her husband for a long period of time, and come to find out, this person was poisoning her. And a lot of women do not understand, like, y'all may think that poison could be, physical poison, and in these cases, because I have been physically, that as well, but in a lot of cases it's mind first, like your senses. Don't trust this. It's like when a person says, I love you, but meanwhile everything they do is against what love really is. Like, how you trying to tell me that you love me and you care about me, but meanwhile every chance you get to demean me, you do that. You don't correct me when I'm wrong. Like, people fail to realize correction is love. I'm correcting you because I love you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm just trying to tell you that your behavior is emotionally and mentally abusive to that person. And a lot of times, because we've been so conditioned to, see it. I saw a lot of arguments and fights growing up. I saw a lot of yelling at men and women growing up, which made me decide that I didn't want to do a lot of yelling and, hollering and fighting, even though I did that. But people don't understand how much in my system I try not to do that, because I watched it. I watched knock down, drag out fights between husband and wives. Like, where we live, it was a community of families. Like, literally our family, and then this family, and then this family, because that's the way families line up. And so in this household, it was this lady and her husband and her son and her daughter, and the other kids. Mind you, two of them, substance abuse. I watched a lot of that, and I said I wasn't going to do that. So it's like, sometimes even the triggering of it, we don't understand why we don't do certain things, or why we will not be certain ways, but then we still fall prey in situations, because guess what? Not for nothing, being young and knowing how to use your body and everything else, because I had a great body. I have a great body. But then a person says, it feels this way, like intercourse feels this way, without it, because you can be on a natural high with somebody, right? And you just love a person or whatever, because that's normally the way it feels, right? But my first set of intercourse, I shouldn't have never had. It was with another predator, right? But anyway, you have intercourse this way and it feels natural. But not for nothing, then another grown person came along and they said, let me turn her up a little bit, because do you know how it feels if you take a puff puff pass and then you go ahead and rock the boat? So it'd be one thing, like one introduction to the next, to the next, to the next. But remember, I said, meanwhile, they rocking you to sleep. New Jack City, rockabye, baby, right? And then you wonder why, like, a lot of men or a lot of women, and mostly it'd be women that are, strung out because the man has introduced their system to something. And not to say, it probably happens to men too, but the majority is a lot of women are out here strung out because, some man said, and y'all remember the prime example, you used to be the prom queen, now you're the prom fiend. But a lot of times it is, if I can't have you, nobody else will. So I'm going to introduce you to this, and you will be the demise of yourself, because once I introduce it to your system, you're always searching, you're always looking. Like, it's a cycle. It's not new. Your daughters and your sons are playing on the world stage, but we're not the ones pulling the strings. Somebody is pulling the strings behind the system, behind the scenes, and we have to stop it from happening. But meanwhile, God gonna stop it from happening. The universe is gonna stop it from happening. The system is gonna stop it from happening. Something is gonna stop it from happening, but first we have to be aware of it. I don't know how the next part plays into the system. I just know that awareness is my superpower. I'm not broken because I'm aware. I'm not a demon because I'm aware. If I turn into a demon, it's because I turned into a demon on my own. If I turn into an angel, I turn into an angel on my own. My awareness is not me being broken. I don't need anybody coming and typing and texting or telling me that one thing, that it's an opening portal for, bitch. Everything is already open. And the fact that you're trying to cover it up says you're a tear. Remember, he said separating the wheat from the tare. It all grows up together. And then God comes and separates, or, Mother Nature or whoever. But we do realize that this planet is alive. It grows. So technically, we are an organism, or however you explain the ecosystem or whatever it is, because we are the problem to the system. And the fact that people are not aware, we are consumers, we are the parasite. We are the parasite to this earth. And until we figure out the real truth behind how us as a people used to be, happy, healthy, wealthy, and blessed, not being parasitical to Mother Nature or to this earth, how do we fix it? But you have to want to hear the truth. You can't be out here wanting to act like you want to be fixing the problem, but yet you're the problem. Because if I speak on it, then it's a direct hit to your system, or it's a direct hit to your ego or your arrogant lifestyle. Or, like, if you want to fix it, we're gonna have to be able to tell the truth. We're gonna have to be able to accept the truth. So the four senses of scriptural, biblical, spiritual teaching. And biblical teaching, senses can mean spiritual faculties, not just physical ones. Seeing, spiritual perception, and discernment. Like, we got to have some discernment. Like, just because you see something, it's so much bigger. Also something happening behind the scenes. Hearing, being able to receive the truth. Just because I said something to you, just because I corrected you, just because I pointed it out, you're a manipulator. But how are you manipulating is the issue. Because if you're manipulating to get over on somebody, that's not good. But manipulation is also a part of a spiritual thing where we manifest, we bring things into the system. That's magic. Magic is nothing but manipulation. Manipulating the energies that are around us. Mind you, energy is around us, energy is all around us. Everything is energy. And if your energy is good, that's one thing. If your energy is bad, that's another thing. If your energy is like, what you give is what you're going to get, or, it just all depends. So some people will be mad at you because your energy is big. Like people come in, oh, you can't be this. I can be however I want to be. I don't need you telling me. Either the energy matches or it don't. If it don't match your frequency, get your ass going. You don't have to come in and try to tell me about my energy. You could be gone. You hold no weight into the system. But also, there's another thing, because when one thing exists, so does the other. Somebody else will come in and I have people on okay, she on TikTok right now. Abby Grace, 7100. Abby Grace also, I think she was the one that made note that she said, because she know I said I want to stop cussing. And so one day she said, you came so far. You coming so far. So even though they know some days it's going to be some cuss words happening around here, they still check my energy. And I appreciate that because our energy rides for each other. Our energy matches. So I felt no type of way when they said that. I said, you know what? You're right. Because I can deliver this message without cussing. And so I took that. I was accountable because she's holding me accountable for what I said that I wish to be in this system. If somebody came and they said, you being a manipulator, and I didn't understand and I just took it as the wrong word, like, manipulate, like they could be saying I'm creating great light. But if they're saying I'm trying to get over or this, that, and the third, now I got to see, like, what did I do? What am I, so again, from certain people, it's not going to matter. They're making me better. But if you are new here and you basically don't know me from a can of paint, and I could be doing something, because even them, they'll let me freelance, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm doing da 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 da, they know and they understand. It's like knowing the audience or whatever. So you just came in here and this is not your show, not your game, not your moment. Like I said, even with the trolls, I was, I can be a troll too. Observe, don't absorb. But I'll be, however you want to bring it. I come from a very witty family. Like we have a, and so if you ain't able to handle it, then you wouldn't be able to handle it. But my brother being here, we be saying shit. Like I said, even online. This is why I said I would like to be, I would probably want to stream even more. But when I said even he was in here and we was having conversations, we was having a conversation that we would normally have, in the privacy of, and then I happen to realize, oh shit, we on stream. And we still would have said it. That's the thing. But if it's not, just be mindful of what you said. Because I think at the time we might have been talking about my mom. And so, and so, we got to be, but we'll still tell her stuff. Like, lady, you did this. Or, you know what I'm saying? And so it's just a thing that sometimes policing ourselves. But again, more policing ourselves. So speaking, confessions, proclamations, what we speak over ourselves, right? The power of life and death. So we can speak life into ourselves or we can speak death into ourselves, right? And when a person is being insecure, the reason why the reason why you're trying to sow that into this person is because you already know this person is maybe friendly. They may have had phone calls, this and a third. So now you're trying to control her behavior. But mind you, ain't it best to know what a person is? So that would also mean you're trying to taper a person's behavior to make it fit what you want, but now you're interrupting that person's journey. If the bitch is a hoe, let her be a hoe. If you want to be with a hoe, be with a hoe. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time because this nigga's a hoe. So we can take it as that, or we can take it as even bigger, up here. This person that's sitting in this seat is the R word. It don't matter to me. He could be that all day. He can't tell me if he even used that word. I wouldn't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Because to me, guess what? If y'all ever seen a streamer or anybody that, does content, right? Have y'all ever noticed that when they call a person of that they think that they're not a nigga. You ever seen when they talk to them like that? They be like, well, how can I be a nigga? Nigga is ignorant. You being ignorant. It's also slang, right? So if you know you're not a nigga, but it could be a term of endearment, you know, it could be all these things. But have you ever seen their face when we use it on the opposite? They all look like they shocked, like, but you a nigga, because this is how you're acting. And I'm not being, you know, racist or anything. It's just that everybody be a nigga to us sometimes. That's just the way we talk. It's not being anyway, but when they use that hard R and then they get them you know, them paws put on them, all of a sudden now they not using that word in no form or fashion because of this. But then I also told y'all about how life experience, because these people are also conditioned to be this way. So I was talking to this lady the other day, a white lady, and she was saying that she knows pattern recognition and this and the third. Mind you, I said I'm not being rude, but it's funny how y'all know this pattern recognition when now all of a sudden it now pertains to y'all. Because little do y'all know, people getting, you know, pew this, that, and the third, and everything else, that ain't new. It's just been happening to my folks. So now that it's happening to yours, now all of a sudden y'all notice patterns. And so she said, hey, man, we had a beautiful interaction, right? I followed the lady, everything. She said that, you know, her conditioning only showed her this. And so now she's, you know, focused on everything. I love that. Right? Because now everybody's awake, everybody's aware, everybody's paying attention. But everybody has to also pay attention that we're awake in boundaries, because we're now being censored into certain things because we can't say certain things online. That's pissing everybody off too. But be mindful, that's always been happening to our people. Now it's just happening to y'all. So, excuse me, a lot of people that have big platforms are afraid to say things because they don't want their platform messed up, because, you know, it's going to affect their money, it's going to affect this and the third. Everybody has their own part to play in this. But be mindful of what I said. What I was shown was this person may be doing the hurt, the harm, the danger, right? But this person has also been used as a catalyst to wake up generations, to wake up the world, to wake up the collective. Yes, what they did is wrong. Definitely is wrong. They have their own journey, their own walk. They're going to be, you know, tested for whatever they're doing. And wherever we may be thinking that they're failing, but meanwhile, technically, it's a pass for me. It's a pass for me. You want to know why? We're being told the truth. Everybody's waking up. People are now seeing what I'm seeing, what everybody else has been seeing. People seeing what our ancestors have seen. It's a win. Yeah, people losing their life. People already lost their lives. My ancestors' blood is all over this joint, right? It's already all over this joint. So now just because it's happening in another area, in another way, if that's what it took, because it didn't wake y'all up when it happened over here. And we have to be mindful that when it's not okay for nobody. So you know that thing when it says do unto others as you would have them do unto you? There's two responsibilities in that, right? Because again, the truth shall set us free. So if we're going to speak the truth, do unto others means if I wouldn't want it done to me, I shouldn't do it. But it also says if you do it, then that means you should be okay with getting it done, right? But that's where God was testing me and teaching me, because when I thought that yesterday, and I was online crying because I was just, you know, my body is hurting for humanity, right? But mind you, it don't make it more important that it's happening to their people, because we have to be mindful that this is already old. It's like when I said about the whole the GoFundMe thing, right? People are so mad at that man that did that to that lady, right? That all of a sudden his GoFundMe is at $1 million, is what they said, right? This is when people started triggering the system. They got mad and they started going and, you know, reporting it, this, then, a third. So why are y'all mad that their family, their group, the people who are like them, their collective is supportive of them? They're like-minded individuals. So people are mad at that because they're saying you shouldn't be able to be this and benefit off of it, right? That lady that was at that Cinnabon that called them people, they Somalians, right? But she called them the hard R word, and then Cinnabon fired her. Her group came out, and all of a sudden she had $100,000 in her account at the blink of an eye. The world got mad, and they went and reported the GoFundMe, right? But that's her collective, her family, her group, her people, her peers did that, right? So it's so many people, including me, that have a GoFundMe, and right now, right? My collective didn't show up for me that way at all, period. So are y'all mad that their group is way more organized, way more close knit, way more connected, or should you be mad at the fact that we are not? Because the truth is the truth. Her people showed up for her. It pissed y'all off. Didn't piss me off at all, period. It showed me that apparently you definitely are being rewarded for, whatever over here. So to me, it is, we need to look at ourselves. And if the truth shall set us free, it's our fault that we are not better people or more, because like we be scrolling through. Mind you, these people lock in. So are you mad that they locked in? Or are you mad that you are not? Because to me, I think it says something more about us than it does about them. All right, so the fourfold inner awareness used in philosophy and spirituality. So mind, heart, consciousness, and will. But remember, it's also leaving something out. So this is what the system is trying to do. Because remember, if I keep taking stuff away from y'all as y'all recycle, and now you're not 100 years old, you're not 800 years old, because people are still living past, that time. But you're not 900 years old. You're not able to now see what happens. You're being recycled and back into, the shit show, right? But without more knowledge. But there's people who have, been able to see this generation to this generation to this generation to this generation. So your five senses would be sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste. So on the thing, what did I put up there? Let's see. Because remember, you're missing something. Remember I said I can write in cursive. I'm what they would, all the men are telling these young females, these old bitches are jealous of y'all. Meanwhile, the old bitches got to be old. Y'all might not make it. And plus, the old bitches have qualities that y'all ain't got because y'all don't want to hear it from us. Y'all are listening to the manipulation of whatever they're saying or whatever they're doing. But meanwhile, these old bitches is holding the key as to how you get this old and still, All right, so let me see. And that's the elders. I'm making a joke out of it, but I'm talking about people even older than me. Like my age is probably nothing compared to somebody that's 80, 90 or whatever. So, a little bit of light, but still same, right? Because I done heard it. So again, trolling. Let me see. It says the truth shall set you free, and it has eyes, nose, speak, hand. So, let me see what got left out of it. Was it taste? Sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. I think it was taste because I think I did talk. It was a connection there. Anyway, all right. So let's go back up here and let's see what happens, because when stuff gets left out of the system, it's almost like building a whole entire program that's gonna fail because You don't have all the information, and we can do that even with like courts and things of that nature. So I told y'all once upon a time when I went in front of the court, people, or when you go into battle, when you go to war, all right? So when you go into war with people, you have to have all the information, right? You have to be able to tell all the information. So it's like if I was an attorney, or you dealing with an attorney, right? And you go to your attorney, you give your attorney your case, and meanwhile you leave some of the stuff out, right? um your attorney is only going to be able to fight for you on the things that they say, right? The evidence that they have. And so your attorney could be the best attorney ever. This is like top of the line, right? But meanwhile, they only got the bits and pieces that you gave them. Now, because this is top of the line, this person know that you ain't gave them all the information, right? So this person is on their P's and Q's because they got a whole law firm behind them and everything else. On this side, this person, they told more of the truth than you did, but they got a shitty ass attorney, right? And so the shitty ass attorney could potentially beat this attorney, except for the fact that this attorney is definitely one of them people. So they go and they connect all the dots and the I's and this, then, a third. So what happens is, even though you lying and your attorney done ask you everything, because they're going to keep asking you, did you tell me everything? And they're going to keep trying to connect the dots. But, you know, because it's a good attorney and they want to stay that, they go figure out all the information. So even though you done lied, they done dug up the information. So when this attorney comes out and this attorney says, oh, this person did X, Y, Z, da, 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 because this person gave up all the information and this, that, and the third, your attorney may already know, but your attorney looking at you side eye, but they already have whatever they need to kind of help you. But just think on the flip side, if you don't have a good attorney that is going to do that, you could just have a bullshit ass attorney. Like this person got a bullshit ass attorney. This person going to win because they gave up more of the truth, right? So it depends on who we are in the system. So I feel like we are the people that we're giving up more of the truth, but we still got a bullshit ass attorney. These people be lying their ass off because these are the powers that be, and they want to, you know, bullshit everybody. But they got this monster ass attorney. And this attorney is going to go dig everything up. So they already know that these people be putting shit into the system, lying, you know, cheating, stealing, da-da-da-da, still kill, destroy. But again, now this attorney is in question. Because God is now saying, or, you know, the system could be saying, like, I'm glad you're a good ass attorney and you know, are working diligently for your client, but your client is dead wrong. Even though your client is a liar, and they sit in office and everywhere else, y'all know they lying. We know they lying. They got all the information and everything else, documentation, paperwork, everything there, because this attorney definitely crossed their T's and dots their I's. Not like a lot of y'all spiritualists. This is where y'all be doing the work and shit on people, and y'all don't go check the person that this person trying to bibbidi bobbidi boo. This attorney, they do that because they've been around here for a while. They done been around the block a couple times. And so we are the people, we ain't got nobody advocating for us, okay? Because this side and this side have been working together, and mind you, when anybody from this side actually did the work, somehow they mysteriously disappeared. Or they, you know, was driving in a parade and their head got knocked off. But it happens. It keeps happening because the ones that want to tell, or the ones that want to be able to, you know, be the attorney for us and help us, this side bigger. Like the truth ain't in them, and it's just a thing. So now everybody over here on our side is saying, well, you know, just wait till this point in time, just wait until that point in time. But the truth is, if we're very, you know, paying attention, the truth is, hell no, everybody got to go. A new system has to be enacted. Or God just kicked this thing across the sky, right? You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I seen another young lady that said they would rather see this place obliterated. I think that's the word. Yeah. If in fact that we have to fall in line now under the system. I'm kind of inclined to be the same exact version, because to me, unless it is a new one, because again, remember, everything must fall. In order for things to be built, everything must fall. But we have to come to the conclusion that for everybody's future, everybody's safety, everybody's sense of And she said that right. She said, I can only trust God with this. We can only trust God with this. And so at the end of the day gonna end. But even when God takes the reins, God is in control. We have to be mindful that, the watchers are just watching. So even if they come and they open the Earth Force and drop all of them niggas in there, once we start it up again, are we gonna let it happen again? And we already know how we got to this situation. They introduced a monetary system. That's the truth. The monetary system is what got introduced to now create so many unbalances. This is why people keep doing stuff to Mother Nature in order for, them to gain. But mind you, what does it profit a man? So the fourfold inner awareness used in spirituality and philosophy is, sometimes the four are mind, heart, conscious, and will. What is important? Everything is important to the system, everybody, because you got to remember, in order for you to be here, you got here through divine intervention. It was necessary. It was needed for this time, whether or not it was just a body, or whether or not it was consciousness, or whether or not it was willing. Because like I said, fasting and prayer. Because did you ask to be here? A lot of people will say that. Like a lot of people going through a lot of things, they'll say they didn't ask to be here. I didn't want to go through this. Well, if you're just a body, what are you using your body for? If you're just a consciousness, what are you using your consciousness for? But little do you know, you were here, you were brought here at this moment in time for a reason. Whether or not you understand it or don't, it is important for everybody to understand. From a biological standpoint, humans do not have only four senses. We have more than five, including balance, pain, temperature, body position. But they only teaching you to use so much one side. But meanwhile, like I said, when one side exists, so does the other. And so anybody that is able to use their mind in a way where you can see that for the common good, this thing has to happen. That lady didn't lose her life in vain. In order for whatever had to happen, that lady, she was the sacrifice for whatever the next thing is. Does it make it right? Does it make it wrong? She said, Abby Grace said, we can only trust God with this. So we can only trust God with this. But there is some wickedness running rampant because of the fact that you see who they're preying on. But these are also their journey. These are also their choices. These are also their pathways. And they're also going to be dealt with for whatever choices that they made. Because you can't just get, in the system and say, I was following orders, or I did, you have to be accountable for what you did. And just because something happened to you don't mean you have to do it to somebody else. You have a choice. And if you choose to do it to somebody else, then you have to stand on that. You have to also be mindful and ready for the consequences of what comes about when it's actually tested, when your skin is actually put to the fire, when everything happens the way that it happens. Because we don't know, what choices God is going to make. Because right now, it's some people wanting to argue about, this, that, and the third. But meanwhile, their whole entire everything is flooded. The levees broke, the dams came, this, that, and the third. There's some other people that want to argue about something, but that's what, they're in the middle of a snowstorm. Like, literally, over top of the buildings, everything. So, in every case, God is also showing volcanoes started erupting. There are consequences behind everything that has already taken place. And whether or not we know it or not, when the snow melts, or when those volcanoes open and they melt more, it's a lot of people out here saying, God said he would never flood the earth again. Well, guess who could be flooding the earth? What, tampering? Like, y'all gonna be mad, y'all gonna try to say God did it, but guess what? These people are actually out here doing it. I'm watching right now. I'm seeing where Russia is like full of fucking snow all up to the houses and everything else. People in the comments, that's AI, that's AI. Meanwhile, it's other people saying that it's happening, this, that, and the third. And now I'm just choosing to, everything that show up, it exists. I don't care what it is. And whether or not it's at this extreme or this extreme, to me, once it gets put into the system, it now exists. You'd have made it possible. Because we are creation. Abracadabra. We are creation. I live. The power of life and death is in the tongue. The truth shall set us free. It's not as superficial of a line as we think that it is. It's so much bigger. Because when we are given the truth, we now have options. It is given the truth in anything. The system, and understanding, and wisdom, and strength, in everything. We can be given the truth in so many different ways. Are we going to be able to accept it? Will you want it? And I'm going to say today, yes, I would like the truth. Whatever this simulation is, because clearly this shit can't be real. But it's as real as it's going to get because we're all a player, an active player. So I need to know. And that's why I'm making it ready. I'm making myself ready. I'm allowing my mind to know that no matter what I seen when them aliens is now online pulling their head off, that exists. I already seen it already. Mind you, I saw that when I was a kid. The thing that I thought was, why did they take it back? Because if y'all look up, it was V. Let me see. V was in, let me see what year this was. It already existed. Just like people mad right now as to what happened, but this already existed. The TV series. It only had one thing, one play. V, it's right here. V, the complete and first second. Mind y'all should watch it. It was a really good ass series. 2000. Hold on, that was not no fucking 2009. See what I'm saying? They put it in 2009. That's not the first time I seen this. I was a kid when I saw this. B. This article is about 2009 remake. Oh, yeah, remake. Like I said, because ain't no fucking way. I watched this when I was young. It's a remake of, mind you, apparently they ain't had, I'm going to have to go watch this one. When was the first thing that came out? So what it was is that the aliens had already touched down. Mind you, probably when that first man said something about it and everybody said that they was crazy and the government went and acted like, you know, the person didn't exist. When Area 51 and all that shit came about. When the things started showing up is when it fucking existed, okay? But mind you, the TV show, the series that I saw, they had already landed. They started integrating with the people. Meanwhile, they was doing a bunch of weird ass shit. Eating people, taking over the government. They had done every fucking thing. So now we might find out that, you know, some of us could be hybrids, this, that, and the third. It could also be where the parasite comes in. Like right now, guess what? If your mind runs rampant, they gonna try to say you're delusional, but guess the fuck what? People have been institutionalized for less, and then there's a CIA unclassified document coming out right the fuck now as to y'all wasn't lying. So why do they keep trying to make people seem crazy or anything else when all they have to do is just be like, this is what happened. Mind you, also what has been put into the system is they said that they have to be careful that people will go crazy and everybody's going to be chaos and this and the third. And why? If y'all already prepared, y'all already know. But meanwhile, they're preparing the banking systems right now. That's what I seen yesterday. What? Y'all preparing the banking systems in case there is an alien invasion or in case the aliens show up? But you already said the aliens was here, so why do we need to prepare the banking systems? Meanwhile, they said, well, how many families, 10 or, you know, whatever, maybe the numbers are off, I don't know, they're at $1 trillion. Well, apparently they're hoarding this money for something so they can try to bring it back into the system. But guess what? If and when the system fails, y'all people better not put money back into the system. Because if you did, and if you do, you're going to be a slave again. Because that's where slavery is starting at. Monetary system. Anytime I can make y'all into a consumer to want something and get you to try to pay me for it, then guess what? Because why are they hoarding this money so much? If they already know they can't see past a certain point in time and they know the system breaks down, why are they hoarding the money? Because they're going to try to put it back into the system. After everything falls the fuck apart, they're going to try to do it again. Y'all better not let that happen. And whether or not anybody's around here, because in my mind, I feel like the reason why they can't see it is because God's not going to let them. God going to take them with him. Because at this point, that's what I'm asking for. Like, God, whatever you got to do with them, like, get them off this earth. Because at this point, I need to see the earth in its pure essence, where people are just doing natural things and it works. Because guess what? You can still have and things of that nature if y'all need them. You can still do like natural things with people. I see like use what you need. You're not a scourge or a parasite on the earth. The air right now, literally in Georgia, there was alerts that went out because apparently the air is tainted around here. I live right in Georgia. So, excuse me. And then furthermore, you got these people sitting up there saying that they're not going to put restrictions. First and foremost, even the fact that this nigga got the balls to even say that when the whole world exists, like, it's just not the USA. So to me, I feel like everybody outside of the USA should have been pissed off because nigga, how is you saying that when if you fuck up the air quality, you fucking up the air quality for everybody. So make it make sense to me. Like, it's the amount of, nuts that these people, like, to the point where it is very much arrogant, don't care about what they say or how they say it, because what are you going to do? Like, you don't have a healthy fear of Mother Nature herself? Like, if nothing else, the fact that Mother Nature is a living, breathing entity that we all have, like, God. You don't have to care about nothing in this system, but you are very much Mother Nature. This on is a living, breathing entity all on itself, all on its own, and you're not afraid of that. You get them. Like, I pray that Mother Nature just swallows up everything and just get them, because, like, and leave me out of it, because I ain't asked, you know what I mean? I ain't trying to do nothing. Like, I want to go venture to a couple of places. Live visibility restricted for 10 minutes. Your live is not eligible for recommendation and is restricted in because your live does not comply with the For You feed eligibility standards under the community guidelines. Recent misinformation. Now Facebook is doing something weird. My live does not contain content and stuff like that. Like, why would you do that? Like, this is the planet that we all live on. We all have to take care. But meanwhile, it's stuff happening that you can say, do. I didn't put it into the. I don't own nary plant. That's weird. I don't censor people to do it. This is the reason